Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fearlessly Authentic. I'm Lucky, your host. We got Steve.
Yo, what up?
And I have with me tonight Lady Alex. Alex in the woods. We are gonna do a reaction video tonight. Steve introduced me to this video clip. Alex hasn't seen it. She knows very little about it, but
It's pretty great.
it's it's gonna be interesting. It's not for kids.
Tricks is for kids.
So
Wow.
let's see. Where did I put that? I just made it.
Your hair looks fantastic tonight.
It's like just like wrapped up in a big old freaking.
It is just a glorious piece of art.
It's crazy. You should see it sometime. I mean, poor Steve. He probably gets whipped with it at night while I'm sleeping, and because it goes all the way down to my lower back now. So it's really long. My hair has gotten really long.
Wow.
Whoa.
Boodity.
Oh, that was a Rumble alert saying that I am streaming.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
That means it worked.
Let's see. I wanted to show before we did anything, because we are going to be playing somebody else's content, that we are going to be putting up fair use notice. So it means that,
We're using it for educational purposes.
It's educational and informative purposes, and this is part of the the copyright.
It may or may not be information that you want, but that's what we're doing.
It's an interesting it's an interesting group of guys doing some things in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroically open-minded, I would say.
They are definitely heroically open-minded. And I mean, yeah. I don't know how to set this up.
That's about it. You can, we can set it up with this gentleman is a former yoga teacher and Reiki practitioner person. And
why is it gotta be Reiki?
Well, that's what he's talking about.
I'm a Reiki practitioner.
He will talk about Reiki things that you're not even, that you didn't even consider. Okay, because he is so in touch with his
balls. I don't have balls.
He's in touch with his balls. That's what
You could Reiki his balls. Get it? Rake. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've tattooed a man's balls, but I've never. Well,
my favorite part of the video, not for spoilers, is the part where he explains that in all Eastern medicine, the tongue and the genitals on the male are the most extreme parts of the chakras. So you're supposed to stick out your tongue as hard as you can while you're doing your thing. And it's just the funniest fucking thing I think I ever seen in at least 6 months. I'm going to give it 6 months. I wouldn't set it up any further than that. I mean, that kind of covers it, right? He's a jizz wizard.
Instead of a pinball wizard, he's a jizzball wizard.
Yeah. Well, Theo Vaughn, shout out to Theo Vaughn. He coined that phrase the other day when he had the gentleman on whose content it is, and it's good stuff.
All right, I just want to make sure that we're up and going on Rumble. Oh, I'm getting a weird echo.
Is this in the United States taking place? In
Canada.
Oh.
I believe.
And we should be up and going on.
So the Mounties will be mounting. Woo!
Oh, it is interesting. I was like, what are we watching? I'm like, now I have to share this with others. It's like, does this taste bad? Does this smell bad? You need to taste it or smell it too. and I really want some opinion on this because yeah. I'm just okay. So Rumble is all up and going. I'm checking Odyssey right now.
Was the
And
echo because you had one of those windows open
Oh
and it was
no.
playing back to you?
Oh.
no, the Rumble is not. It is muted.
Yes, we did, Drew. Thank you for your order. And I was going to suggest that you get a new clutch immediately, but I didn't want to seem too pushy, you know. I figured
Oh.
you'd figure it out eventually as soon as you're at the, you know, your next tea party or whatever. And someone was like, "Oh, did you see his clutch? Oh,
He got a clutch.
it was in tatters." Yeah, so they had to order a new one. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying. So
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that we're up and live on Odyssey also. It looks like we're good.
hell yeah.
Live on Odyssey also.
You're
Let me mute that. All right. So without holding you guys back any further, let's release this video. Let's play this. Oh my god.
I am shameless. I am fearless. I am doubtless, because fear in the present moment is fear. Fear in the past is shame. Fear in the future is doubt. So when you cup another dude's nuts, you're sending good vibrations, good chi spiraling up the back, down the front of each testicle. Oh yeah, baby! They're your batteries. So when you focus on your testicles, you're literally charging your batteries. And of course, you're probably the first guy in your family lineage who's doing shit like this, at least for hundreds of years. So of course the shame's gonna come up. Of course the fear is gonna come up. And of course the doubt's gonna come up. So I always just tell my students, say, what do your balls feel like right now? Smile into that feeling. Really staying grounded in your nuts and your body and your feet. Good. And then you reach for the nuts and you basically cup the nuts and you appreciate the nuts. Can you kind of feel the Reiki energy leaving my palm chakra into your ball sack? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we take 3 deep breaths through the mouth. And then you say,
I see you, brother.
I see you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And then you give them a hug.
Nice. You smell good.
Thanks, man. You smell pretty good too.
My name is Will Blunderfield. We're in my apartment in Vancouver, Canada, and I teach sexual kung fu. So it's the daily discipline of harnessing and directing your sexual energy from your loins up into the rest of your system rather than constantly just shooting it out like most guys do. Some people are like, well, you're saying that, you know, you should love yourself as you are. Why are you encouraging guys to grow their cocks? But I'm just saying, let your cock and your balls fully exist in the form that they're meant to exist in, beyond the poisoning. The sad truth is that cock size is the smallest it's ever been in recorded history. So my holistic approach is a 3-pillar thing. It's about getting the pesticides and the micro.
Okay, I have to stop it already.
Cock size is as small as it's been in history?
Sadly.
Jesus Christ.
Can we fact check this?
Yeah.
Can we fact check this?
Wow. But foot size has increased.
Ironic.
Steve, Kim wants to know if you do this every day.
Well, when I remember to, you know.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
I know it so feels like, let me just say, on its face, it feels like a group of like gay dudes trying to trick other potentially gay dudes into being straight with them, sort of.
I don't think they're gayness. I think there could be a mixture
Oh yeah, no, there's a spectrum.
You know,
I'm not
yeah,
trying
I
to
mean, in this
pigeonhole
group,
anyone. Yes.
but it might be, you know.
We
But I
could be-
think,
I think
you know,
there's
that
some
whole thing of
serious
the
denial
Iron
going on.
John, or what's his, Robert Bly, and, you know, Iron John and men getting together and drumming
Yeah.
and chanting.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is like an extension of this bonding of maleness
Yes.
connection with the feminine and the
I mean,
whatever.
and some of it's totally like I'm like, yeah, I'm there for that. I'm there. Like, let's do it. But,
It's just so
but wait, just-
fucking funny to hear it
just-
articulated the way that he is so serious about every aspect of it, and it gets even better. Just
just-
roll that
we're-
beautiful footage.
we're gonna mute us and we're gonna we're gonna do this a little bit more.
Microplastics out of your body through superfoods and detoxification protocols. Then it's actually sexual kung fu techniques, like pulling, literally like taking the coconut oil and milking your penis down 50 times, up 50 times, left 50 times, right 50 times, and straight out 50 times every day. My balls used to be the size of like enlarged, like slightly bigger than an almond, and now they're both the size of like a Brazil nut. And it's great to be able to feel that. And it's also great to be able to lengthen the penis. Easiest way to really come into the penis in terms of lengthening it, you literally just make an OK grip and you just pull it down. The penis and the tongue are the uttermost extensions of the heart. In classical Chinese medicine, you're just like, Traditionally, you sit naked. My teacher, Montauk Chia, taught me this.
Later on, we're going to talk a lot about screwing technique.
Literally focus your consciousness into your nuts because energy flows where the mind goes. There's also something that my teacher, Troy Casey, taught me. It's called testicle slapping. So you do this for maybe 2 minutes, not too hard, not too easy, just right. Mixing the blood and the chi in your balls, increasing your testosterone, which will increase your manhood. And then you take the energy of nature.
I can't. I'm crying over here. Like I am crying.
Testicle slapping.
Yeah,
Can't
how
get
many of
better
you
than
boys,
that.
let's take a little poll here and find out, speaking of polls, let's see how many of you fellas are into the ball slapping exercises. I haven't found that sweet spot of not too hard, not too soft yet. So
You mean the Goldilocks slap?
yes, yes. It's the 3-bear method. Oh my God. That kills me every time I hear him say that. My balls used to be the size of
Now they're the size of a Brazil nut.
used to be the size of a pecan. Now they're, oh my God.
I'm never gonna look at like
That is
Balls the
class.
same again. I
Nothing.
think, yeah, I think there's something sweet about this, even though it's silly and outrageous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's something legitimate
totally bonding.
and something completely
Ridiculous.
ridiculous at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah.
Yep.
Will there be a female version of this? Will there be labia slapping or?
Well, I would hope so. One would think.
Let's
you
do
know.
clit elongation exercises.
just stroke it, pull it 50 times down, 50 times up. You know.
Uh,
not have this.
yeah, but then we'll all have orgasms.
Well, I can't.
Wait, you're on top of the wire.
Oh God, that's so funny.
Thank you. Just it's a little tight.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
all right then.
Dingo said, "Isn't a Brazil nut size normal?"
I don't know how much of this is normal at all, Dingo. Really. Yeah, you definitely. If you're gonna yank the old crank, you have to go and stick your tongue out as far as you can because it's the most effective thing you can do. Right, Peaches?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to playing this. I just had to stop because I was crying, I was laughing so hard I was crying. Okay,
Yeah, it's funny.
all right.
Fucking Channel
Breathing,
5, man.
breathing. Try not to think about the Brazil nuts.
Okay, so I don't know why I flushed the toilet, force of habit, but anyway, so this is Shivambu. It's good. Oh, I got in my beard. I eat carrots, organic carrots, because they make me feel good. I drink my piss because it makes me feel good.
Can you tell us what same-sex erotic bonding is?
Yeah, same-sex erotic bonding is when two men or a group of men come together to do things that this culture would say would be like homosexual. For example, two men hugging heart to heart with the cocks touching, breathing, and doing our best to stay in a parasympathetic state of being rather than going into stress mode.
The first time was definitely really challenging to really be present with actually observing my brother's body and being present with him watching me. The more you do it though, the more you spend time with each other too, the more you can actually just observe and witness the person for everything they've gone through. It's no different than any other part of their body. So why not give them some appreciation, send them some love.
Brother, you've got a beautiful cock.
You got a beautiful cock, baby.
Thanks, brother.
Got you.
And then you hug heart to heart because the heart is on the left side of the body with the cocks touching.
When I started hanging out with these guys, it's not just Will, there's other people in Vancouver who are also engaging in these kind of practices. My assumption was like, oh, they must be gay. Oh, they must want something from me. It took a few years to finally build that trust with these guys that, oh, they're not trying to like subtly manipulate me and maybe they are gay underneath, but they're not acknowledging it.
Whether we call ourselves gay or straight or trans, like we think that these labels make us all so unique and that they're so important, when really to me, they're just tools that the Matrix uses to divide us and control us. Because I feel like we're so much more than just one little word. But if you're gonna call me something, call me a faggot. And then Facebook censors go off and I'm in Facebook jail now for 30 days. Plus I talk about medical freedom. So it's like a double whammy for me.
Oh my God. The wild naked man denies the existence of viruses, and he just like talks about all this crazy shit that I didn't learn about, and I've been going to med school for 5 generations, okay?
Did you actually read the links that I sent?
Oh my God, just accept that you're gay. You're gay, honey.
The word that I was called most in high school was faggot. And I just love the intensity of that word. And I guess it's like how some Black people reappropriate the N-word.
Yeah.
I like to reappropriate the faggot.
So you experienced like a lot of bullying in school and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like people would like draw cocks in my mouth on my student council posters. And I guess they assumed that I was gay because I was a singer. I remember I was living in Manhattan and I was dating this guy. We just, had a great meal and we held each other's hands. Right when we got out, it started to rain, and this guy takes out a switchblade and he's like, "You fucking faggots, I'm gonna get you." And like we ran, and it just like showed me that there still is a lot of like triggering that can happen when two men or two women are showing love.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I definitely have same-sex attraction, and it's interesting when I do things like detox from glyphosate and atrazine, I start to feel an increase in a procreative urge. The testes tingle around beautiful women, whereas before they were completely, I was cut off from them. The more I retain my seed, the more I eat well, the more I do same-sex erotic bonding, the more pussy I want to eat. So that's what I'm interested in. How can we use same-sex erotic bonding, superfood nutrition, detoxification to enhance male potency so that men can feel more juicy and primal and wild? Lingam means pillar of light in Sanskrit. The cock, the ears are really great places to massage because they've got so many nerve endings in them that relate to the entire body. So in my classes, we get naked and we literally massage our cocks together. And this is called penis reflexology.
This is a diagram in terms of penis reflexology. It's a little bit blurry. So basically we massaged each other's heart meridians to help release self-hatred while cuddling and watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it was just so beautiful. And this is what my Celtic ancestors did. They would also suck each other's nipples and share each other's beds before battle. If you do some more digging, Spartans were actually doing same-sex erotic bonding. They believed if you ingested the semen of a big, strong man, that you would become a big, strong man. And they still do that in tribes that have not yet been contacted by the West. In Papua New Guinea, for example, they actually have to suck as much cock as they can before they hit the age of 20 or 21, and then they can marry a woman. Just to get as much sperm into their bodies as they can, because they believe it like
it's got testosterone in it too, that they are like increasing their manhood.
My testicles attract girls from all over the world.
My testicle attract humans from all around the world.
My balls produce massive amounts of testosterone.
My balls produce massive amounts of testosterone.
My testicles are an engine of alpha growth.
My testicles are an engine in alpha growth.
Beautiful. So for most of my life, I couldn't feel my balls.
This is gonna be so hard. Oh my god.
Oh my god, can you imagine being the one filming this? How could you keep a straight face?
How does Andrew just not fucking lose? And all the different camera guys, how are they not just giggling uncontrollably? They have to.
I'm not that mature, I guess.
I guess that's what it is. I mean, there's a certain. That's the thing. Like Alex said, there's a certain level of straight up seriousness. And they're just not acknowledging the ridiculousness of what they're saying and the fucking juxtaposition of reality. You know,
Well,
they're just like, no, this is normal.
Dingo,
there's no testosterone in semen, so bonk for that. And I thought it was funny how this guy who is attracted to men all his life suddenly chelated the glyphosate out of his system, and now all he wants to do is eat pussy.
Yeah.
So I think that's very interesting.
You think it's just molecular?
I mean, and Dingo said, do you think they sword fight like 8-year-olds? I think that this right here.
I think that's part of the exercise, Dingo, for sure.
I think that they might. I mean, is this normal? Have you guys ever heard of anything like this?
I have never in my whole 52 years have like.
Is this what guys do?
Given my bro a hug when we went camping,
naked?
You know, naked, holding each other's nads in our hands, and like, you know, and like hugged so deeply that like, oh, you smell really good, and you smell really good, and all, any of those. That was just like, it's just way over the top, man. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking
Why
about?
are their cocks fate? You know, why can't we see them? What, you know?
I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I can't, because I don't think I could.
I would have loved to see it. Man.
Effectively erased, you know, most of the cocks that I've seen in my life out of my mind. So I like to, you know, if somebody blurs it out for me, that's just better in the long run.
I mean, I don't care, like, really, either way. I mean, whatever. I've seen plenty of penises.
Seb, I think it's a Ukrainian thing.
This is a Canada thing. This is Canada, guys.
This is just like, this is like British Columbia, eh?
Yeah. Kim, I'm not sure if you date a man, are you at least bi? I don't know. We're probably gonna have more questions than we are going to have answers when it comes to this show.
I knew someone used the term trisexual.
Sure.
You know, just to cover whatever it is at the moment, and not even say one or the other, just whatever, you know. So I thought that was a good term.
What are we watching, Trish? This is the question. This is Steve introduced me to this.
Well, you know, I've been a fan of the Channel 5 network for a while, and even before it was a Channel 5, they did the all gas no brakes thing where with Andrew hitchhiking around. He made a movie about it. It's about to come out like this week, I think. And just fantastic network. So when that came up in my feed, I'm like, oh my God, I have to show everybody this. This is fucking ridiculous. Like anybody doesn't know, but I urge you all to go subscribe to Channel 5 immediately on the YouTubes. Yep. There's so much good content. You'll be fucking rolling if you binge watch that shit, you'll be rolling for like 4 days.
I was just like, we need a kind of wacky, crazy night. And like, I was like, oh, I should do. No, that's going to make him fly.
It's just called Channel 5, the word channel and the word 5, or
yeah, I'll drop the link in here.
Hey, Seb.
So yeah, I mean, and of course I thought of you, Alex, when this came up. I was like,
if it's irreverent,
my partner cries out. Alex,
if it's irreverent and sexual, I'm your man.
Exactly. Like, this is just this is interesting. Okay, so let's get back to the grown men grabbing each other's winkies.
Thank you so much, Lala, for doing that. And we just saw that this afternoon, and we'll get your order out immediately.
Yes.
If not sooner.
Immediately, if not sooner.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
You just have to tell me what the things are, and then I can get them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will do that after
Back
this.
to this wonderful, really male bonding. Is this what men do really secretly? Like, they just don't tell us?
I've seen a bunch of naked men and women frolicking and stuff, but I like it when they're not perfect looking and 32.
Yeah. That's sure.
Real people.
It's more realistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I do this ritual regularly, I can actually feel the sperm being produced in my balls, and I feel so much more grounded.
I couldn't feel my cock and balls unless I was fully erect. And even when I was fully erect, I couldn't even really feel my nuts. I felt just like there was nothing there. Also, I was sexually abused by...
So when he said that, I was like, Steve, do you not normally feel your balls and do you not normally feel them? Like, I'm asking Steve questions when
She's fact checking.
I was like asking him, I'm like, do you not normally feel your balls? I thought you normally would feel your balls. He's like, no, I normally would feel, no. He's like, I feel my balls. Okay. Like, I had all kinds of questions.
a doctor when I was 4. So it was a combination of like almost like a chemical castration plus the shaming of the abuse. So the sexual kung fu lineage has literally helped me like feel my balls again, mix the blood and the chi in my nuts. People always say, Will, can I really grow my penis? And I say, yeah, just fucking pull on it.
I witnessed his cock change for sure. Like, his cock's gotten bigger.
It was probably flaccid, maybe 2-3 inches. And then erect, it was maybe 5 inches. Now it's usually about 3 to 4 inches flaccid, and erect, it goes to about 6, just over 6 inches.
So many dudes that I work with and that I've chatted with, actually, I'd say every dude is worried about, is their dick going to be perceived as small? This like fear of like, oh my God, if I show my dick. And this work has helped me to feel like I don't really care about what someone thinks of my dick. I'm just like, this is my dick.
None of you guys have super small dicks.
Thanks.
None of you guys have.
The changes I've noticed in my own genitals, not just localized to that area, it's more so they're interconnected.
That look that he gets, he was like,
with somebody,
he was like, I don't have a small penis.
Yeah, he was like,
he gave me that satisfaction.
Acknowledged my not so small penis.
What the hell? Is it really a thing? Women don't go around, as far as I know, and compare their vagina sizes. I've never heard it. I mean, I hung out with some people, you know, like some people that you would be like, holy shit, Lucky. Yeah, no, I'm not muted.
Okay.
You know, like colorful people. I've never heard any women comparing their vagina size.
Did you ever see that? There's a beautiful, I forgot who did it, but there's pictures of women's vulvas, you know, and it has a whole bunch of them, like 30 of them or 40 or whatever. And it shows all different, you've seen that one with the different ones.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool. And as an aside, when I was about like 18, 19 or something like that, my mother took me to this women, it's called Guerrilla Women in New York City. And they had women on a platform naked from the bottom down, and they put a speculum in their vagina, and all of it for people to see their own cervixes, for women to see their cervixes. And then we all, my mother included, and me, sat down and we all did that, and with mirrors, I mean, this is my mother and me in the, I mean, and that's what, to get, because it's such a mystery and we're not connected to our body. It's internal. It's a whole different thing. With women,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can't just walk up and cup your
cervix and your
your
But it was interesting, and it was really like I took it very matter of factly when I look back. But I think that's pretty outrageous if you think about it.
That wouldn't happen now.
It's pretty amazing, yeah. That was like politically correct back then. That's awesome.
Yeah, my mother was outrageous.
That shows how distant everybody is from their bodies now, because that would be like a socially unacceptable thing now.
We were starting to sort of try to do things, and then we regressed all the way, like 100 years in time now,
Yeah, it's really crazy.
If we think we're sexually free, we ain't.
No, not even remotely.
Bella. All right.
Ooh, vulva coloring book. Ooh.
I know. That would be awesome. I want one.
Yeah. What's that lady's name? The fucking artist, Virginia.
Judy Chicago.
Judy Chicago, isn't there?
Or was it?
There's another one who's like incredibly fucking popular.
Oh, I know the one that I know. I did my flower painting. Remember
Georgia O'Keeffe?
O'Keeffe, yeah.
Yeah, that's New Mexico, right here. Yeah.
Yep.
I have Steve. You should go get it for
beautiful art.
After
There's
this
a museum here in Santa Fe, the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum.
Oh, I want to go.
And her ghost ranch is right up here in northern New Mexico. It's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, all the flowers look like beautiful vulvas and vaginas. Weren't they beautiful? Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah.
Love them.
They are. I have a vagina painting that I did, vagina flowers. But I'm gonna mute. And I'll show you after.
Vagina bouquet.
It's okay. Let's get back to these guys.
Back to the penises.
I don't really care about what someone thinks of my dick. I'm just like, this is my dick.
None of you guys have super small dicks.
Thanks.
None of you guys have.
The changes I've noticed in my own genitals, not just localized to that area, it's more so their interconnection to the rest of my body. If I'm engaging in sex with somebody, I'm not just focused on this little, as Will would say, a bubble of awareness in that area. It seems to have coalesced back into a full system where if I'm receiving a hug, for example, my whole body's involved usually, except for my genitals. I seem to be unaware of that. Even in those moments now, my full body's back online. I'm not so much emotionally castrated from one area or not. A full revival of the intrinsic system.
And this is great to do like in a circle with a bunch of naked men because we communicate subtly through the pelvic consciousness. I call it the testiculum, kind of like the mycelium network in the forest. The mushroom is the cock and the mycelium are the testicles. So it's like, let them fill with this yang chi, with this yang prana, and exhale, appreciate it, right? Because gratitude is the highest form of yoga. So you're basically blessing your nuts for the upliftment of all of humanity. And you're increasing the frequency of the mini brain of your gonads by smiling and growling into them. You can do this when you're having sex with a woman. You can thrust. If you're about to ejaculate and you don't want to ejaculate, growl into your balls. It's so powerful. You go, and literally you can feel some of the energy will leave your system and come into your body instead. And she'll probably be more wet because of it, because women like to be ravished. I went to musical theater school. I was actually in Canadian Idol. I made it pretty far. They kicked me off for being too theatrical. To fast forward throughout the ages, throughout the last 15 years, I was teaching what we would call like hatha yoga, like stretchy stretch yoga. And it was great, but it felt like there was something missing. I started to get into other modalities. I was like, I need more. And also I got addicted to cocaine. So I stopped doing that. And I started to look for other ways to get high. Drinking my piss gets me kind of high. I don't know how it works. Doing breath work. Inhale. Suspend the breath, squeeze the anus, sex organ navel, shunt the energy up your spine into your pineal. Exhale, keep the energy in your body, round forward, suck your abs in, shunting all this creative energy into the rest of your system. Inhale. High on your own supply, baby.
Cashapp, the easy way to pay a male yogi to take you into the forest for an afternoon of platonic male bonding rituals. You can also use Cashapp to buy, sell, and send Bitcoin instantly. But it gets even better. If you go to the App Store or to Google Play and download Cashapp right now, you can use code CHANNEL5 to get a free
Me, rewilding is reconnecting to Mother Earth. A lot of yogic lineages that are really popular these days, like Kundalini, is all about connecting to the third eye, into heaven, into other dimensions. But the thing I love about rewilding and sex kung fu, it's about connecting to your balls, your cock, your tribe, and Mother Earth. It's about coming back into that wild state. Instead of being a chihuahua, coming back into that wild wolf state.
This is your body. There's no reason for us to not have access to being free at all times within reason. I think the apprehension that people have in wanting to create a set of rules around that is that so many people have unhealthy associations to their sexuality that they are a danger, hence creating these strong boundaries in society. In order to get to a place where you can free the nipple and free the rectum completely, you also have to look at, the shadowy, shitty part of people that would want to take advantage of that or are only doing it as this means of getting away with something. I want to show my genitals to people because there's something unresolved there, as opposed to these are my genitals. It's fucking it. No big deal.
Semen retention. So that doesn't mean you never ejaculate. It means that you increase the time between ejaculating. I mean, if we think about it, a whole new baby can be created from an ejaculation. So if we're just constantly ejaculating.
Creepier when he's saying that.
Yeah, he just like looks like
he just smiles and now the eyebrows go up and he's like,
I just the whole thing, like just the whole thing. It just I've never heard of anything like this before.
It's a mixture of silliness and I think people should be. I mean, look, we're all born naked, right? When I was in nursing school, I was doing my maternity rotation, and I was at Beth Israel Hospital in New York City, all these babies under the warmers, and they were like from different backgrounds, some with little froze and they were all lined up, and they were so cute, and and you think, look at them, they're all so pure, and we're all born naked, we're all just open vassals to the world, and then we just get fucked up, But so I could see this wanting to come together and get all this bullshit, off. But he's a little bit, nuts. Don't pardon the pun. He's a little nutsy.
He's a Brazilian nut.
But he mixes in a lot of stuff that isn't factual with nutsiness, with real wanting, with real vulnerability.
Facial expression.
Mixture.
I mean, I think he believes it. I think he believes everything that he's saying. I think he believes it.
And from Chihuahua to wolf size, talking about, it doesn't matter about size, but trying to pull your dick so it gets bigger. It does matter about size. And there's like a lot of contradiction and some kind of wacky stuff,
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I mean,
that's wild. And, Mouse, no judgment, dude. I watched the chick who was like a comedian who was strung out on meth really hardcore, and she would save up her pee every time she'd score. She'd save her pee because methamphetamine is like rocket fuel. Your body can't process it. It just fucking comes out when you pee, so it's like you get your dope back every time you do.
Wow.
Yeah, and people do that with MDMA as well.
They're desperate, like people drinking cough syrup or alcohol or something to get, they're desperate and they kill themselves or get sick or something.
Yeah, well, there's so many factors of things that can be, that can go wrong in that scenario, But like the fact that you're doing enough drugs that you want to recycle your pee and you're okay with like drinking it to get the buzz, That's a lot, man. You got to be pretty in a fucking pretty weird space to be able to do that, I think.
Yeah, Mouse said junkie science.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking Bill Nye showed us, man. You can't, your body cannot process those drugs, especially amphetamines like that. Your liver just like, it just gets cycled through. You just fucking end up peeing it out almost the same strength as how it went in. So like literally if you let it dehydrate, then you got your drugs back. Like
that's insane.
It's really weird.
It's really crazy.
That's the ultimate recycling.
That's full desperation, really. It's like when I used to smoke
The
cigarettes
person-
and I didn't have any cigarettes, and I would look through the ashtray and I would see them like almost to the end, and I desperately, smoke that and smoke the other one. It's the same type of thing. Just
Absolutely. And that's the only reason people even know that that's a thing, is because that's the cycle that you go through being addicted to pretty much anything. So like, you would find that would be like a score, like fucking awesome.
I mean,
I can get high for a fucking week off my $100. All right, sweet.
these guys really should have sex with each other. I mean,
I think they should.
I mean, it's not that they should. It's just that I think they're talking about being free and whatever. But I think that by holding back, it's like contradicting this whole thing. Not to say that all of them will do it, but I think that they shouldn't hold back anything.
Yeah.
Why should they?
I think what they're talking about is that openness and that freedom to do whatever. And I think, to his credit, I'm pretty sure Will is ready for, anybody to be like, let's go or whatever. He seems very eager.
Well, I think it's about he's using it as his, like, it's his form of control. He's using it for self-control. But let's get back into the guy
Will.
Yeah. All right. Welcome everybody who has joined us. We are watching a crazy Channel 5 clip about gentlemen that drink their own pee, or one guy does.
Will Blunderfield.
Yes, he drinks his own pee, and he was there in Canada, and they do naked things with each other.
Conscious. Hello,
Leo.
What is it?
Ejaculating, we're kind of wasting our life force. So I teach them how to separate orgasm from ejaculation. So then they can choose when they want to come, ejaculate, or shunt that energy upwards.
So when's the last time that you ejaculated?
Last night. Yeah, I can actually show you. This is pretty intense. So me and my buddy Brian did a new moon ejaculation.
Oh, just
ritual.
wait. Yeah.
We wrote what we wanted to let go of, and we ejaculated onto it. So it was actually very powerful. And then we let it dry. That's his. His is a bit more intense.
With the recent ejaculation ceremony we did, my intention was to purge certain energies or certain narratives. Then we do some sex kung fu, so testicular breathing. And then we draw up some of that energy as we're stimulating ourselves, as we're exciting ourselves, so that all the asexual energy doesn't get poured out of the ejaculate. And then eventually we bring ourselves to full ejaculation. And then later we'll burn that paper.
So we're letting go of shame, caring about what other people think, overthinking. I think my comfort zone is shame. So leaving the comfort zone is coming to joy. But it's like, do I deserve to feel so good and so juicy? Because I felt so bad for so long.
And what I really want to say is that gay panic has been brainwashed into all of our psyches, because these types of activities release high amounts of testosterone. They lower competition and comparison. It's a sense of de-armoring. There's far too much competition between men. And if the world's male leaders did this work together, I believe there'd be a lot more peace and camaraderie. Yeah.
Yeah, Putin and Biden together.
Yes. We'll get our world leaders together and we'll make them do this. You think they'll want to drop nukes after that?
Cup the sack, Jack. Come on.
Cup the sack, Jack. And then Putin says,
come on. When he
Joe,
said that, I was like,
Joe,
all
your
right.
rubles, your rubles are
and
ready.
full disclosure,
Like bear.
these are these are adults doing adult things together, and they're not doing anything
God.
to children, then I don't care what consenting adults do with each other. I'm okay with that. They're not hurting anybody, right? Like they're not hurting anybody.
With high-ranking officials cupping each other's balls. It might be the best thing that ever happened.
Go for it. Maybe we need to have Putin and Biden and all the world leaders go into a bathhouse and do their thing. I mean, maybe that's the solution. Maybe that's all we have to do.
Ball cupping for peace.
Ball cupping for peace. Yes.
That's how the Republicans do it. It works for years.
Okay, I'm gonna mute it. Go back into this. Yeah, Peaches. He's barking and then saying, baby, baby, baby.
Heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne, cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. It's not a cry that you hear at night. Oh, it's not someone who claims to have seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Sing with me. Hallelujah. 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 Everybody sing with me. It doesn't matter what you heard. Broken. Sing from your guts.
What you just saw was a surprise performance from Will at our first ever Channel 5 live show in Toronto about 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, we're going on a 43-city national Channel 5 live tour. Milwaukee, Madison, Phoenix, Denver, Philly, New York, Hamden, Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut, Orlando, Austin. I can keep it going, it's crazy. At these shows, we're gonna screen scenes from a movie you guys have never seen. We're also gonna hire battle rappers and magicians via Craigslist to open each act. And we're going to bring out special characters from the Channel 5 universe for surprise performances. It's going to be a great time. And if you want to buy tickets to any of these dates, go to channel5.news/pages/C5-live-tour, or you can just click the link in the description below. Hope to see you guys there.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's coming on Channel 5 tour? Come on. Let's go.
Who's coming? Who's coming?
So I was when Steve showed me this, I was like, what the hell is happening? Yeah, exactly. Audit National, but yeah. Audit Press is like, what the fuck? Yeah, you know, like.
Yeah, they're playing New Haven and Bridgeport, man. We got to get in one of those at least.
Oh my God.
I don't think the naked guys are gonna be there though.
No, probably not. But
oh my God.
If you guys are unfamiliar with
Drew
Channel
is
5
talking about
content,
touching wieners someday. Steve, I don't know. You know.
Some of this stuff might not be appropriate for Drew to watch. Lala might want to monitor what he's consuming.
You know, if you sit back and observe stuff, isn't it incredible how completely uptight we are sexually? I mean, we are so twisted and so uptight. I mean,
people are ready to drop nukes, but we can't talk about this.
Right. I mean, it's like, you know, we can't. I mean, the fact that this guy is doing this shows you that we're uptight sexually. I mean, there wouldn't be people doing these silly things and bonding with men and jerking off on paper. And, you know, I mean, this is all in it.
I mean, maybe it works. Maybe that's how you get rid of things that you don't want. Like,
you know, it's
you guys try it. Let me know.
Break through our, you know, this guy Will is, you know, whatever he is, you know, this is his way of trying to do this thing and involve it in his. But you know, if we had more of a freedom of a sexuality and whatever, I don't think they do this shit in Europe. I mean, with you know, they have it's a completely different world there in France and in the Scandinavian countries and Germany. They don't, you know,
more,
I mean,
way less repressed sexually.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean, it's like it's just in our attempt to break through this perceived or this you know, unconscious or conscious feeling of uptightness sexually. Us humans in this society wind up doing all kinds of stuff, and it goes from silly and benign to horrific, you know, because of this overwhelmingly repressive and twisted and materialistic and commodified sexuality in our society. So people are doing funny things to break out of all of this, you know. That's how I look at it. If you sit back, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but you can see that some of us do stuff to break through this, you know.
Of course. Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, and I agree with some of the stuff that he says, you know. I don't agree with all of it, but you know, it's like, I bet you this will get more hate because people don't I mean, like, you know, to each their own. They're not harming people. They're not calling for people to be harmed. They're not abusing children. You know what I mean? Like,
there's more harm in 1 minute of Lincoln's speech than 5,000 hours of this silly shit.
Yeah, like whatever. Like, you know, and we've talked about it before. You know, having orgasms is good for your health.
It is.
So, you know,
prostate massage. People really don't, you know, you don't get that information. Like you don't learn about good nutrition, plant-based diet, exercise, stress relief, and you have to take care of your male and female plumbing.
Yep.
You know.
I think Kim was the one who said Bridgeport. That's an interesting choice for a show.
That Bridgeport, Connecticut, is a very interesting choice for that show.
But it's because they just built a multi-million-dollar stadium there for concerts, just like that.
I mean, you can go get your drugs right there in Bridgeport.
Oh yeah,
and
it's pretty much get off the highway, get your drugs, get in the parking lot, you're good. You know.
You know.
But yeah, the new venue. Everybody who's anybody is playing there. Like their schedule is full. They're just, you know, 6 days a week they got shows.
That's the 203, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the 203.
I call Connecticut. Most of the people I call at my job now, or most of them are in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, 203 is more. That is close. Like we're actually 860 area code because we're in southeastern Connecticut, but 203 is closer to, like, you know,
the tri-state area.
It's closer to New York and stuff like that.
I think it goes like to New Haven.
New Haven.
Well, there are some in 203. I think there's another area code. I think in this state now too.
Is there 3 now? Yeah.
I think so. I know we went from 203 and 860, and then there was another one that we have.
So that was interesting, and it's funny because I'm going to be 64 next.
Wes said, "What did I just walk into?"
And I remember, like, growing up in the mid 70s. I was a teenager and came of age when all this type of stuff was happening. Like I said before, my cohorts, we didn't wear makeup, we didn't shave our bodies, we were into rock and roll, we like all that stuff, and into being free sexually, and all. And then it like went backfired somewhere in the 80s and went back, and we're really even back. But I saw all this, people skinny dipping, families being naked. I mean, doing this type of connections with males and females and stuff, and that ended. So now that it's like uber repressed, these things are, we're hearing about this, but I've witnessed and seen all this type of stuff when it was happening. But yeah, I think it's great. A lot of, I went to this women's circle when I was like in my early 20s in Boulder, and we all got together and we did a cold plunge and took our clothes off and smoked pot. And, but you don't see that anymore. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but then it was different, I don't know.
Angela says, "I think I have a new hero. Sing from your nuts should be a t-shirt, but it kind of loses something if you are naked when you say it."
The whole rectum. What is it? The rectum is the belly button, or what did he say? The rectum is something? Or?
Yeah, it's I don't know. He said a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a really, I mean, I'm not putting him down. I mean, I would probably react the same way if I was in person with them.
I love the coming on the piece of paper and purging your soul, coming on it and then setting it afire. I love that.
I mean, I didn't think about that. I've never purposefully done that. So, I think everyone has homework now.
Literally.
You guys all got homework, okay? You need, Jilly said, "I take no responsibility for the silliness that goes on here." We needed, I needed it, and like I saw that when Steve showed me this, I was like, we need to do a reaction video and expose people to
literally.
This. They need to see this. And I'm going to put the link right in there. I put it in the chat. So if you guys want to go to Channel 5, show them some love, give them a like, follow, whatever it is, whatever feedback you want to give them. I thought it was, I just thought it was funny.
Well, there's a few men that are out there in California. They're on Facebook and whatever. And there are this one guy in particular, and it's called the Divine Masculine. And he wrote a book, and he does seminars and gets men together and does male and female couple. It's like these entrepreneurs, they charge money for their services to sort of help men get connected with their sexuality, and male and female couples to like open up and all this, like, that's a big thing now, and it's interesting. I see a lot of people that, I'm interested. So most of the people that are involved in this have been sexually abused. I think it's very interesting that those are the ones that gravitate towards not only teaching it, but participating. From what I've seen, I mean, these are people explaining, and they become these entrepreneurs or these sexual guides or these, and stuff. And they say that this is what I went through. And that's interesting about that.
Yeah, he did say that he was abused as a child. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a common, unfortunately, I think it's common. I've been abused. It's, and I think, and then, well, Jason said, what do you mean repressed? Are women sell their bodies on OnlyFans to the world.
That you can still be repressed and do stuff. Repression doesn't, being non-repressed sexually doesn't just mean being naked or having sex in front of people or even being promiscuous. I mean, it's that, that's very simplistic.
Yeah, people are like I don't understand. I think a lot of it comes from the religious aspects of it, and people are like they're just very, they're terrified, and they're taught to be terrified, and that it's bad, and you can't touch yourself. Like, don't touch that. Like, even if it brings you pleasure, that you're somehow evil or wrong or bad. And it gives people this weird stigma around things, and then people cover up for the wrong things, and then people who are abused tend to act out that abuse, whichever way it was, or they react to that abuse in some way, and not a psychologist or any kind of expert on it, just from my own personal experience, what I've seen.
It's so funny. I mean, we have children, we have sex, everything is sexualized, but yet so many of us in this culture are so fucked up sexually, but yet sex is like the overarching running commentary that for everything, in every way, but yet, we're so fucked up at the same time. It's like a really,
it's a really weird thing. It's like we're so suppressed, but at the same time, we're overexposed to it, and it's like, it's very confusing, I think. And I think that's where a lot of that, that confusion comes from. And that's why I think it's good to have an organic conversation and just be open about things.
It's the same thing. Mal said it, when you're walking with your dog, the first thing people want to know is, do they got nuts or they don't got nuts?
Yeah. I mean, I'm, because Leo being my service dog, I have him with me all the time. And the first thing that people want to know, and they'll actually go to look under him to see if he has a winky or not. And I'm just like, yeah, he's a boy, it's weird. It's weird that is an automatic thing. When somebody has a baby, you want to know what gender they have, what organ.
Gender thing. Yeah. We're automatronic, like we don't have our own individual, like we sort of adopt like this group think, and we all like press a button and we all do this thing.
And it's an automatic thing. Like there's just like when Skyla was a baby, I dressed her in all like whatever it was, whatever colors, whatever, like gender, like yellows and greens and blues and purples and pinks, and people didn't know what to say. They're like, is your baby they wanted to ask me, is it a boy or girl, without offending me that they didn't know. I'm like, oh, well, I have a healthy baby. That's what matters, right? But she's a girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's an immediate identification of what genitalia we have. And it's like, girls wear pink and the boys wear blue. And if you don't fit into that, then it's like a whole thing. And it's like, we need to break that mold so people don't have to feel like they have to fit in. It should be, if you're not causing someone else harm, if you're not harming somebody else and you're consenting adults, then do your thing, man. Be happy. Like, I think that part of that is like, because people are so suppressed in that way and sexually suppressed, and like, it's just such a, like this whole thing, it causes people to be angry and to be confused and to not know what to do with themselves, and they don't know how to react to things, and instead of having just conversation about it.
Yeah, I think
it's like,
a lot
oh,
of
no,
people
I
are
hate it.
not connected to themselves internally. So there's a lot of things going on, but they're not consciously aware of it. And I think that's for anything, not just sexuality. So I think that's a starting point for a lot of issues with people and with their relationship with themselves, and, this is interesting. I don't know why. The whole thing, there's no such thing as addiction to porn. Sexual addiction is a myth. People don't, you know what addiction is? I mean, if you look at the term addiction, what does it mean, right? I mean, so you look at porn a lot. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But they automatically say you're addicted to porn, you have to go to a sex addiction counselor. Addiction is that you need a substance and your body goes into a horrible trauma if you don't have that substance. That's addiction. You need it. You can't.
And you can say this because you are medically trained.
It's a heroin addiction. If you don't have heroin, you go through you go through withdrawal. You get sick. You vomit. You sweat. That's addiction. Watching porn a lot, even if you do it every day, it's not an addiction. It's something that you like to do. And it might be problematic if that's all you do and you lose your job and you don't have sex with your partner, but that's not an addiction issue. That's just being an asshole. Just letting yourself get into something, whatever it is, and, not paying attention to your life and something is affecting your ability to function and your relationships. But anyway, but I think, and the whole thing with porn is ridiculous because it just sexualizes the crap in our society. And I don't think it's bad in general. I just think it's silly. It shows a lot of the bullshit of our society and what sexuality is and male and female and all the other shit. But, I'm not like anti-porn or anything like that, but, it is what it is. But
I think everything can have its place. Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people, we're not all going to agree on everything. And we can't force people to all agree on everything. But there are some basic things that most people, the majority of our society agrees on, right? That's not okay. So Jason said that, how much more do you want us to walk around naked and be less repressed? I don't want to see these people naked. It's against God's rules.
Well, didn't God make Adam and Eve and they were both naked in the Garden of Eden?
I thought so.
I thought so too.
That's the way I understand.
Adam and Steve.
Maybe. I mean, to each their own. I mean, I don't necessarily want to see like all kinds of people naked or with clothes on. There's just people I just don't want to see in general. But I don't really care. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been to clothing optional, campgrounds and I have had a very open life that
looks like me.
It would take a lot to really, to really make me upset about that or whatever. Like, whatever. You don't like somebody, you don't want to see somebody naked. They don't look, I guess,
It's just, it's so funny how our bodies.
We all have bodies.
Are so, taboo. It's just incredible. And the hypocrisy of our culture. It's like this whole bullshit was showing, women, we have to wear a bra, we can't show our breasts, we can't breastfeed in public, we have to shave our body hair and everything and wear makeup and do all this shit. It's like, that's, to me, the fact that the makeup industry and the body hair removal industry is billions of dollars and we're still doing it now with where women are supposed to is so that's twisted.
I don't shave. I don't shave my pits. I don't shave my legs. I don't do that.
That's abusive. When I see women walking around with all the makeup and their hair and all this and I look at and part of me goes, God damn it, that's fucking abusive, and it's just a shame that we have to do this shit. It's just
I mean, like, I own makeup, and when we used to go out and like when he was playing out all the time, sometimes I didn't put it on because I would be, moving around and I would get sweaty and makeup would run. But like the most I would usually do would be like some like crazy like just fun eye makeup just for fun, because it's like I'm putting on that, but I didn't put foundation and put everything all over my face, and I used to back in the day, and I used to shave, and I used to, do all the things, but I've gone into more of letting all that go and like letting the ego of it go.
Bullshit. And women are, they sell this shit everywhere. If you go into like Walgreens, they have like 15 aisles of this bullshit. And it's disgusting.
And it's all based on like making yourself look younger.
And like whole thing, fine lines and wrinkles, look younger. Buy this, do this to look younger. Women to erase this thing, to do this with your hair. To shave. No odor on your body. We have regressed. We have not progressed in any way at all, and it's sickening. My sister, it's funny. She's your age, Steve. She was born in 68. She was, yeah. Yep. So my sister is from a different era, and she shaves everything. Gets the Brazilian wax, wears makeup, the whole nail polish, the whole deal. And she used to always say to me, Alex, you're so, you're not feminine. You don't shave, you don't wear makeup, you don't do this. And I said, I'm feminine. I have a vagina. That's all I need. And then one day she said, let me make you up. And she put makeup on me. And when I looked in the mirror, I was like aghast. I said, I look like a clown. This is insane. And I took, I wiped it off and I went, this is insanity. See, it's like, it's just insane to me.
I used to, I was never like, I never did all like the professional makeup like they do now. Like, it's crazy. All the contouring and all the products. I'm like, holy shit. The amount of like, I never like.
Why do we do this? Because we want to attract men and look presentable in society. Why else? Not for our health or our emotional growth.
No, because then they, like you get in the habit of like having to like. It influences so much, it's almost like, it becomes this whole, it's a routine for the, the woman, and they feel like they have to do it. And, you have to have the makeup on, and you have to do all this stuff, and you have to do all the hair stuff and all of that. And it becomes a ritual. Yeah. And then like, as you age, like, I feel like we need to embrace ourselves as we age. Like, I don't hide my gray hairs. I don't do anything to my hair. Like, it's natural. I don't color. Like, I would color like, like the tips and stuff of my hair. That's why it's lighter on the ends, is because I would dye it like fun colors, because I like to put fun colors in my hair. But, I never hid my grays. I'm like, I earned those. I earned those gray hairs. I earned those. Like, that's wisdom to me, with age is wisdom. And I think that there is beauty in every stage of life, and we need to appreciate every stage of life. And if people want to wear makeup, that's fine. But it shouldn't be something that is so forcefully, like, put on women. Like, there's a lot of pressure for women to look young, and then it gets into this weird thing, like, like back to like the porn stuff where it was like they had like all the barely legal stuff, and like you have to look younger, and that just seems to me like that promotes that whole pedophilia that goes into, into that, like needing to look younger than your age. You want to look younger than 18? Why? That's not normal. Like, You know, I don't know. It feels like it's a really weird thing, and I don't know. I mean, and some, I mean, and you look at like celebrities and stuff like that. Like I don't follow them, but like I've seen like ones that like aren't all made up, and like
oh yeah,
they just it's shocking because you always see them with all this makeup on their face, and it's like whoa, you know, it's a shocking thing because you realize like, oh, they don't have perfect skin. They're made up that way.
We live in a very artificial environment. I mean, not only all the problems we know what's going on of what we talk about, and then on top of that, we have this bullshit gender shit that continues, and then this artificial others. I mean, we have so many layers and layers of stuff with all the other shit going on. It's amazing that we're not running around like crazy people 24/7. It's amazing how we hold it together in this world, right, that we live in, right? So, oh, there's a little cutie pie. Hey. Bloop. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, it's funny because I've always been me. I'm just an older version of me. And it's hard to go through life like this because so many people aren't like us. You know, we are sort of the outliers of our general society, you know, and it's so difficult to, it's a very challenging to be people like us in this world, in our society, you know, and so that's why I don't care if people do what they do as long like you. If you don't harm anyone else or damage people's property, go for it. You know, it's, you know, whatever it is, no limits, you know, I don't care, you know, and this whole thing of everyone's sexuality, that's another thing that bothers me. It's like, we all have to know immediately, are you gay? Are you straight? Are you this? Are you that? I mean, that's like knowing if you're a boy or a girl baby. It's like, what do you do for a living? We have to know what your sexuality is immediately. It's like, we have to know, and now we know. Okay, so that's what you are. Okay, now
we can classify. We're constantly classifying who we are, what category somebody fits into. Oh, they fit into this, and this category. You know, and it's just a constant. It's constantly doing that to people and processing them. It's like, we're people. I'm so much more than, you know,
we don't even know what we could be. Our potential as who we are, we'll never know. We won't. Let's face it, because we are a product of our life and environment, and we live in this environment. So who knows if we were in an environment, in a society where it was egalitarian and it was different, who we really could have been, like, you know. You know, I think about that, like, you know, it just, it's, you know, it's, I mean, if my mother breastfed me, if I didn't live in New York City, if I lived in a different environment where people were freer, I mean, what kind of person would I have been, you know? I mean, it's just like, we don't get to realize our full potential. That's as spiritual as I get, actually. But you know what I mean? I think about that. It's like, wow. In the name of Jesus, he's being funny, right, Jason? With the name of Jesus and all that.
I don't know. And then he said, "I can't believe this. It's absurd. It's absurd what she wants us to do on paper." That wasn't my idea. I'm just saying, you know. Maybe I'm behind. I think I'm a few minutes behind the chat, but yeah.
I gotta go because I had a surgical procedure today. I got a sex change. No, I'm only joking. I was an X, now I'm a Y.
Oh boy. So we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, I love any kind of sex stuff is fun.
Yeah, I did a really we did an awesome stream with Unholy Rome before. Lady Alex and I did.
Oh yeah,
Noli D, and that one is a funny one to go back and watch. You can find out what's in Rome's room 101. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the Rome's door. Ooh. See you later, peeps.
Thank you for coming on. That was so fun.
See you later, Lady Alex.
Where's my paper? I need to write some things down.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Oh my gosh. Jason, really? He said this lady is deranged, hippie preaching your bodies and feel shame. That's what Jesus wants. You may think so. You may think so. Oh my god. Yeah, we collect all the fun people here, you know. Yeah, exactly, Angela. I was feeling the same way. I'm like, I've had a long week. I need a silly streak.
Peaches.
What is this? Jason, I don't know what you're saying. He's gonna go pray for 3 days. Lady Alex,
is that the penance for watching Fearlessly Authentic?
I guess being authentic.
Peaches,
okay.
shut
Seriously?
the fuck up, dude.
Seriously?
Unnecessary.
I think he wants to come and say hi.
Yeah, he wants to kill the dog.
Oh, the dog's on my lap, and so the bird wants to come over and eat him. But I'm so cute. Why would you want to eat me?
Hey, you better move, dog. Bird is crazy. It's a crazy bird. All right, ready? Go see you, Mom. Huh? You did it. Oh, hello.
Say hi to the people. Clicky.
Clickety clack clock. Clickety. That's the sound of fucking danger.
It's a danger.
That is the sound of danger.
Danger mouse. Be gentle.
How is that not the sound of fucking danger?
Stop. No, I don't want you so close to my neck clicking. Oh. Yeah, Saul has been here. Saul, I think you've been here before. Oh my gosh. I know we see each other on all the other streams too that we all frequent. Most of us. Oh man, Ghost Art found the dancing piano guy. Mouse said that this is the VIP room of YouTube nobody told you about.
Mouse said cock and cockatoo. Now that's a burrito.
Are you a burrito?
Better be nice, Peaches.
Can you say hi? Say hi to people. Oh my gosh. So how is everybody doing? Can we do a check-in? I want to see how everybody's doing. How has everybody's week been? Was it stressful for you? Did you have a good week? Are you worried about things? I'm worried about nukes dropping.
Nukes.
But I mean, there's only so much I can focus on it that, you know, I'm not going to like worry myself into, you know, into it as, you know, that like any more than I have control over it, you know. Just doing everything that I can to talk about things and try to, you know, spread some positivity. And spread some laughter and some truth. Yeah, and Mouse says true. The first thing that people do when you're born is check out your junk. And it doesn't stop. Jason, I actually I don't have any I don't have any like weed right now. Like I have like a little bit left in my bowl that has kind of been sitting there, but I'm out. So I'm not smoking too much. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I think that, you know, if you guys didn't see from the beginning, you guys should definitely check back from the beginning and watch the stream. And maybe this is maybe the guy's right. Maybe this is our solution. Is having our world leaders do that. We definitely need people to connect and bond. I don't know if they need to do it with their genitalia, but we definitely need people having conversations and not just attacking people outright, and you know, and actually just you know, doing the things that stop doing the things that we would teach our children to do. If there was infighting, if there was fighting among kids in the classroom, you know, yeah, what would you teach them? Go get the knives in the kitchen? I mean, like that's not the solution, you know. That's just going to leave everybody bloody and hurt. Yeah, Grey Walker, yeah, that's very true. A lot of boys have some of their junk cut off as babies too. Yeah, like the mutilation of a young boy happens immediately. For so many, immediately you're born, and within days they are already altering and mutilating your body. It's pretty insane. And it's pretty insane that people continue the tradition of it just because, oh well, that's what daddy looks like, so I'm gonna do that. Jason said, if you discuss sex in public, it should be against the law, death penalty. What? Peaches, stop messing with my ear, buddy. So yeah, like, and you think about it too, like. And you know, at least in the United States, like we are very judgmental of what others do, but not so reflective, I feel like, with what we do within our own country, within, you know, what happens all the time to babies. You know, you think about it, they're circumcising a lot of babies right off the bat. And then some, you know, later on. Yeah, that's true, Lala. Yeah, it's a learned behavior. A lot of certain gender, aka a boy, used to bring a lot of praise to the family. What are you doing?
Jason, I've been accused of being high, but I refute this claim. I am merely baking. Okay.
What is happening? The bird just like looks at me, gets all funky, and then starts.
What are you flapping about there, Flappy? Hi, everybody. Is he gonna be nice, or is that part of his fucking battle fucking dance?
I don't know what is happening. Hi. Oh, are you waving hi to everybody?
Yep. I don't trust him when he starts doing that weird shit. That's when he does something weird, and then he bites somebody's face.
You gotta be nice though. So nice. Yeah. Okay. So Yeah, and that's another thing that we have to remember is that our children are not safe around certain people, but yet parents keep bringing their children around. Oh my god. Thank you. All right. Oh, you have to do this? Good buddy.
Play some music so he's not embarrassed. Julie said.
Peaches is acting a little bit weird. No, Steve, can you help me with him? No.
What exactly do you want me to do? Oh, see, he's being a dick. You need to go put him away.
I need to go put the bird away. I'll be right back.
Told you he was doing his war dance shit. He's like, fuck you. I'll kill you all, you sons of bitches.
Well, I just hope he's not going to scream.
Hi, everybody. Peaches is being a dick, so he has to go back in his cage and think about what he's done. Lucky will be right back. And thank you for watching. We'll practice some ball slapping exercises. I'll be over here.
What?
Nothing.
Cockatoos can get hormonal and weird, and trying to notice the signs. Sometimes he gets weird about shit. I don't know.
He was being dominant as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, Gray Walker. How's it going?
Jason, I don't want to do that. He said happiness is overrated. Be shameful hydrosexual activity from the world. 0.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, gamer. Yeah, I want to do a whole thing about the drag shows with the children. And I'll just put this disclosure out here now. I used to go to drag shows all the time. I had an ex that actually she did drag king shows, which a lot of people don't know about. I'm gonna see if I can find the old photos. But I'm not opposed to drag kings or queens. It's a fun adult activity. It's not a children's activity.
That's true. Lisa Collins says, if I have to go, death by peaches is preferable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy earlier was like, see something, suck something. Get your balls in a chi or something, in a headlock. I don't know. Some kind of kung fu. I wasn't really paying attention, but it sounded wrong.
Well, listen, I say if beating your dick raw, you're probably addicted. Okay.
You might be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's, you know. Yeah, Ghost Star, I think so. I want to look more into that. The pink, the blue, that wasn't until recently. It's a marketing ploy like in the 50s. And you have to think like all those gender reveal parties too. Everything becomes like this big reveal ordeal, and we're going to set the forest on fire so that we can set off some toxic chemicals and reveal the gender of our baby. It's a really weird thing. Like it's really, really odd. That's how people are doing that. Like, I just remember having the ultrasound and just wanting to make sure that I had, you know, a healthy baby. That was my biggest thing.
John Kemper, I just want to know, how does a fucking drag show just pop up in a park next to a playground? Like, you know what I mean? That's a very, very intentional fucking thing. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why do people do that? If it's a thing, like, I mean, we're sitting here talking about it, right?
Would you have a pop-up stripper show? Like,
right. You're doing adult themed things that are not appropriate for fucking children at a park in the middle of the day. Like, it's very simple. It's not like all these people screaming at the drag people doing the show. It's like, fuck that, man. I understand their position. They're in the fucking thing. They're in the band, right? And they have to play. They're performing. So someone asked them to perform. Someone paid them to perform in a place, right? And if it's fucking inappropriate for children, why the fuck are children there? Why are the parents not being held responsible? Why are the people putting on events that are inappropriate for children in places for children? You know, it's like, you stop the thing at the root of it. Like, that's, you guys are adults making adult themed plans. Why are you including children? That's fucking wrong on its face. Stupid. Yeah. Everybody sees it.
I mean,
how does that even happen? It's fucking insane.
Like, everyone should be aware of what drag is, right? It's not the same thing as being transgender.
Yeah.
The people that I know that are transgender, my best friend is transgender, and he just wants to
fucking mouse
be reflective of he just wants to be reflective of how he feels. Right? That's it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
drag is a different thing.
Absolutely.
It's a completely different thing.
If anybody wants to talk about this, like Stevie's like, is this open panel? Can you give the thing to Stevie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, if you want to come on, I'll throw that link right in here.
But yeah, I'm just like,
if you want to come on and talk about it.
I'm blown away at the audacity of the people, the parents, first of all, and the people organizing these events. First of all, you know, if other people who are involved in the events are also involved in the planning, then fuck them too, because that's just, it's gross. It's like, if you're going to do an adult thing, do an adult thing with adults.
Yeah. Like, I used to go to the, like my daughter was young when I dated the person that did the shows, and we would get ready at the house or whatever, but like, it's not like I hid it from her. It's not like I would be like, oh no, avert your eyes if there was somebody walking down the street that was in drag or something like that. Like, it's nothing about that. But what happens there is, it is highly sexualized, charged. There's money happening, like dirty money is being put in places. There's people wearing things that are like, you know, very sexually driven. It's not really like just, you know,
no, it's super fucking grimy. There are grimy motherfuckers trying to do an agenda, trying to accomplish something with this nonsense. And all it does is sexualize children and put them in harm's way when they shouldn't even fucking consider, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck what adults do. Just don't involve the children. It's so fucking preposterous. How does this happen at a public library?
It's not
or
making
a fucking
you
public
inclusive
it's
to do that.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous on its face. It's just dumb.
Well, now I'm going to have to pull up the video that I was going to do a whole segment on this. And like, I might still do it, but I'm gonna pull up a video to show you guys, like, that really from a drag. Person that does drag actively, you know, does drag, and you know, they have shared their opinion on it. And he's very open, and he's like, no, I'm a guy. And he breaks it down really quick, really easy in this video. So I'm gonna pull it up. Whoops. Whoops, no, that went. I clicked something I wasn't supposed to.
Hi, everybody.
There we go. So I'm going to show this. Yeah, if anybody wants to click the StreamYard link, you're welcome to join. I'm going to play this video. YouTube is trying to get us to pay $30 a month to stream their thing or something. Okay. So this is Kitty Demure. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think that he says the name. But this is him actually dressed up in drag. And this is him responding to drag queen story hour, because we're doing this at libraries with children. All right, I'm going to mute this.
This is Kitty Demure. Hi, everybody. This is Kitty Demure, your friendly favorite conservative drag queen. Anyway, I have another message for heterosexual women, the ones who have children. I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. I have no idea. What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much, other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sexual things on stage? I have absolutely no idea why you would want that to influence your child. Would you want a stripper or a porn star to influence your child? It makes no sense at all. A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And backstage, there's a lot of nudity, sex, and drugs. Okay? So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. They could explore dressing up at home like we all did, like all gay boys did. We all dressed at home and we had a great time. We had a great time with our girlfriends, putting on makeup, trying on clothes, things like that. But to actually get them involved in drag is extremely, extremely irresponsible on your part. And I understand you might want to look like you're with it, that you're cool, that you're woke, that you're not a Nazi, that you're not a homophobe, whatever it may be. But you can raise your child to be just a normal, regular, everyday child without including them in gay, sexual things. And honestly, you're not doing the gay community any favors. In fact, you're hurting us, okay? We have already had a reputation of being pedophiles and being perverts and deviants. We don't need you to bring your children around. So you keep your kids at home, or take them to Disneyland, or take them to Chuck E. Cheese. But if you need your child to be entertained by a big human in a costume or in makeup, take them to the circus or something. When they turn 18, then why don't you take them to the clubs on their 18th birthday? Because it's an adult thing, okay? So don't ruin your child's life, and don't ruin us, because that's what you're doing.
I think Kitty has a really good point with all of that. And then recently, Kitty was also on Fox News, and Kitty is conservative, like conservative, gay, and drag. It's a combo. It's a combo. I'm going to show you guys this clip here too.
Kitty Demure is a drag performer, and she joins me now. So, Kitty, you don't perform in front of children, do you?
No, nor would I. And thanks for having me, Jesse. No, if I was performing for an audience and I saw a child, I would walk out.
So why do these drag queens keep foisting these performances on children?
Well, a lot of the performers, I can only speak for the performers. A lot of them are just like low-level wage workers. If you notice, some of them aren't the most beautiful, the most talented. They're typically from a local club or dive bar, and they're just doing it for the tips and the money that they're getting.
So they're doing it for the money. So I guess it's the parents who are booking these drag queens to perform in front of their young children.
Well, right. The drag queen is just, giving them what they want. I mean, the market is there. I've gone against heterosexual parents saying, this is all your fault. I mean, you can't complain. And, when it's your own kind that are actually creating these events and, letting them go on.
So you're saying heterosexual parents you've spoken to and challenged them. What do they say when you say, why the heck are you booking drag queens for your young kids?
They think they're being inclusive. They think that they're teaching them some kind of valuable lesson. And I've asked them, what is the lesson to be learned to see a man dressed up, wearing a wig, and being sexual in front of your child? We used to arrest men like that.
So you're right. Like, you wouldn't hire a professional stripper, like a regular looking stripper, to perform in front of a 6-year-old. Why would they be hiring a man dressed as a woman stripper to perform in front of a 6-year-old?
I don't know. I'll tell you, honestly, I think it has something to do with using drag as a transition or as a gateway to trans kids, to make them think it's fun, pretty, magical, fantastical. And I just think big pharma, corporations, that they're pushing it. And honestly, I just think it's to make more money for big pharma.
So it's profitable. Yeah, we've covered that. Sponsorship out in California, how they're doing sex change operations, and they're involved in some of these local school events. All right, Kitty, thanks for joining us. Next week, we're going to have a drag performer who actually thinks it's okay to perform in front of children. We're fair and balanced here. Yeah, you're going to be on the edge of your seat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannah.
So, two totally different, like a very, very different, perspective than I've heard a lot of people say. I thought that was really great that that Kitty comes out and says it from, a person that does drag, their own perspective. And looks like we have Stevie. Are you there? Can you hear me? I think you're muted. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me okay, Stevie? Oh, no. It must be a connection issue. Well, anybody is welcome to pop in on the stream with us if you want. Come tell me what you think. Let me know what you think about the drag queens at the performing in front of the children. Steve?
What?
Are you paying attention?
No. I was trying to write back to Salty. He's like, I used to have an ex that was transgender and used to dye it red out of spite. I'm like, is that the color on the box? Spiteful trans red.
God. I'm trying to catch up on these.
All right, Jason Rodriguez is threatening to pop in and straighten our asses out because obviously he is the voice of reason and will sort this whole transgender mess out for you.
Are you there, Stevie?
Wacky. Transgender.
We can't hear you if you are talking. We can't hear you.
I could see wanting red hair, but who wants to be a transgender, huh? What? That's a good joke. I like that.
Hey, there's Saul. What's up, man? How are you?
Nice. It's working for some people.
Let me mute the audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Oh, is the audio interfering or anything?
Okay. Is it echoing?
I don't really hear anything. So I think it's good.
Oh, it's a little delayed.
Oh yeah, I can hear. Yeah. If you mute the YouTube, then
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me mute that.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's.
Yeah, now I can hear it.
30 second thing.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome sauce. What's up? Finally, Lucky, we're together.
Yay!
Long time follower, first time caller.
I know, right? I know. Not many shows do this where they're just like, yeah, come on up.
I think it was Little that told me about it. It's like, you should go on Lucky Burritos call in. I was like, oh, for sure, no doubt.
That's awesome. Well, look at this setup that you have. What do you do?
I'm a practitioner of making noise.
Nice. Me too.
Nice. Yeah, Steve does too.
That's what I do.
I'm into the mod synth world, and I am gassed out. My bank is dead because I've been buying so much gear.
Oh my god.
It's like all lit up and everything. That look. Oh my gosh. Like,
Can I just live vicariously through your setup?
Dude,
I can't afford that. That's awesome.
Dude, it says 10K just right here.
Damn.
Yikes. Oh my god,
fucking
that's
sick.
amazing.
Yeah, my wife hates me. She's like, you better not buy another synth. You already have I was like, babe, it's not about having another synth. It's they all do something different.
They each make a different sound. Come
Yeah,
on.
you know, how am I gonna annoy people on their terms? They all have a tone. I gotta find that right tone to annoy somebody, because that's what we call ourselves. We're called the annoying people with their most expensive gear to make annoying sounds.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Very key. Very key. Like I came up in like jam band situations, and having the trippy syntho sounds that like, and somebody good at doing it is so fundamental. Like you gotta have it.
No, man, acid 303. Oh my god, I love that shit. Throw some acid on anything, even if it's folk music. Throw some acid on that. Ooh, that thing is popping.
Yep. Yeah, it fixes things. It's
Have
like,
you
fixes everything.
Have you done the band lab? Are you on band lab at all?
No, I am actually not on none of those things. I use Ableton, but I'm mostly a live player. Like I don't use a computer. I just take my headphones, and whatever sounds good to me is what I put out.
That's awesome.
That's,
yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god.
All my
Definitely gonna have to come on open mic when we do that.
Yeah,
You
all my
gotta
friends,
come on.
all my friends hate me because they're producers, you know, like they're big time producers. I grew up in New York City. Like I was a raver when back in the day in the 90s.
Nice.
All of my friends are like super producers. Like, what you want to do, bro? Where's your DAW? I'm like, I don't use a DAW. Well, how you gonna record yourself? Like, I just hit record on my thing and I record my set, or I just go live on YouTube and it's recorded. I just extract the audio and then chop it up on Ableton if I like. But like, no, man, that's not how you do it. You're not a producer. I was like, did I say I was a producer? I said I was a live player.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Dude, I've been fucking with Ableton for like 8 months, and I still can't figure out how to make it do all the things that I needed to do. Like just to like run my live stream and have all the different sounds available and do loops and stuff with them. If I could figure that out, I'll be
Dude, I'm still figuring it out. I've been doing this for 1 year now. I've been a DJ since back in the day. So like to me, music is like part of my life. It's like breathing. Music to me is like breathing.
Oh my gosh, that's
So-
amazing. That you've definitely been missing out because we do the open mic every Saturday night.
That's what Little said. That's what Little said.
just
Maybe we should
come
live
on and
jam
do
for them.
I played in bands for like 25 years now. So like music, I live and breathe it the same. I can relate to you.
Well, I can't play any instruments, by the way.
Well, you can play the synthesizer. Shit.
Oh yeah, I know my major keys and stuff, A, B, F, major. You know, make a little tune here and there, but usually arpeggiators help me out a lot.
Mhm.
That's
But
awesome.
That's absolutely cool. That's just a different way. And I just figured out like recently we've been messing with that band lab thing, and it's like making music with Legos. It's like they're Lego pieces, kind of like how DJs mix stuff on the fly, just grabbing this piece and that piece.
Yeah,
and
they're
this
called
piece.
stems.
Yeah, stems. I'm like, it's making their fucking stems are Legos is basically how I've reasoned it in my mind.
Fit it wherever you can fit it.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I'm like, oh, okay, I can make all of these things myself, but everybody else already made all of these things. What
Just
the
hit
fuck?
quantized. Make sure you hit quantized. So everything's on beat.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Like we have this like, you know, I feel like we keep like all the cool kids come and hang out.
We keep picking up like musicians, dude. There's so much musical talent in these chats.
It's
dude.
amazing.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, we should play what
so
we
many
should
people.
play the
Oh, where's my
Charlie
Bella?
song.
Let me show my puppy, Bella.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a blue nose pit.
oh, I love it.
She's always in the office with me right now, but she hates it when I turn on my gear. Because when I turn on my Volcas, oh shit, my camera fell off. There she is. She's right here.
She's like, oh damn it.
Oh, I lost the camera. Give me 1 second, technical difficulty. I love live. Live is the best.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Sink or
I
swim.
like the organicness of it. You know, like we're this is what really happens.
We doing it live.
Oh,
Puppers.
She's my co-pilot.
Oh,
She's 6 years old and she's everything to me.
oh.
Sweet.
Ow, fucking.
Peaches, please stop screaming.
There you go. I think we're good now.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so close. Oh no. Okay, I'm just delayed. All right. Oh, I'm looking at the other YouTube part. No, we're good here. Yeah, I have both of you. Like, I'm looking at both screens. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
That's great.
Yeah. That's your husband, by the way. What's his name?
Steve.
Steve, you rock, man.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to say hi and talk music for a minute?
I can sit right here and
No,
do it.
let's talk, Lucky. Tell me all about you.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on, because I like to take a break from the political stuff because I hear this damn and reap all the time, all day. I love all these other networks that like they live and eat that. Like, I'm just a real person. I just want to get enough. I'm just trying to like survive. I take my edibles and I smoke my weed. I cause no harm, and I don't have the bandwidth for all these terms that politicals use because it's all lies.
There's so much. It's like the pork that they put in all these bills, right? It's the same concept. They just fill up everything and they pack it all in there, and then they're like, yeah, here, just swallow this. You're fine. It's fine. And it can become so overwhelming to digest. It's like you want to be informed, but like then you have to filter through so much bullshit. It's like there is an overwhelming amount of bullshit that comes along with all of it. It's like
I had my heartbreak already. Like, I wasn't even into politics until Bernie Sanders came along. Like most of us here on this stream, like most of us, like, and you look like you come from a generation that, you had some people that already woke before they even stole that term. There were people that already knew what was going on in the system, and they didn't know how to fight it. Now we have a voice, and that's the thing that I like, that we now have a voice, but at the same time, it's like, come on, just break it down a little bit and give me some jazz at the same time. Like, because my head is going to explode. Like, I'm going to go out there with a rifle one day. Like, yo, politicians, you're dying. You're going to die right now.
Like, you guys finally broke me, Yeah.
Like, I'm a militant now. Thanks.
That's why we spent time with the Jizz Wizards.
Yep. That's why we did a stream that was like a little bit lighter. I mean, like we'll bring really crazy, like heavy stories here too, but at the same time, it's a different level of it, like I try to bring stuff that other people aren't necessarily like covering in the same way. And
this might be a little culture shock to the people that know me from Sabby Sabs and everything, because Gamer, I'm pretty sure he's not even a millennial. He's, I don't know, Gen Z. And everybody, the way I act and the way I talk to people, they think that I'm a teenager or like somebody that lives with mom. I don't. I'm an adult. I got mad bills, super bills. And I really, sometimes I don't have time to just sit there and listen to politics.
Yeah.
I just want to hear people just talk about themselves, basically, because that's, to me, more important, because I want to hear your story, because everybody's telling a story online, but in real life, you don't hear that story. Like, you don't hear this because everybody's very guarded.
Yeah.
And we also have a generation gap, you know, usually. So
Yeah.
I try to keep my my commentary light, but at the same time, I take no shit. Like, I get mad at people sometimes. And I had one moment that I was online and I was like, Sabby, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. One of these people talking shit, one troll. I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. And I'm from Brooklyn, like that's word is bond. Like, if I say I'm gonna go fuck you up, I'll look for you.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
That's how we're real here. Like, what you see is what you get. You know, we're not perfect.
I
We're not
love you,
striving
man.
for
No.
perfect.
It's
You know,
it's like it or not, here we are. I'm gonna tell you how we feel. You may not feel the same, and that's cool. That's the whole thing. Like, with the people that seem to collect around us are people who can hold two opposing fucking viewpoints in their head without exploding.
Yeah, chew gum and walk, bitch.
Yeah, you know, and talk.
yeah, the real people. That's who it seems to, you know, that's who tends to like kind of congregate and you know, with us. And you know, people will come and go and, you know, in and out and whatever. And I don't expect people to agree with everything that I say or replace my opinion with theirs. I'm just bringing my own perspective, and I'm always open for change, you know, to grow.
Yeah, exactly. This world is, the thing is that everything is labelized now. Like, everything has a label. Like, before, when we were kids, we didn't have shit labels. You know, you want to play G.I. Joe, you want to play whatever, Barbie's Playhouse, whatever, fuck, you know, you want to watch Pee Wee Herman or some stupid shit. Like, we didn't give a fuck. Whatever was fun, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We didn't care about our genders. We didn't, like, we saw that crazy uncle that was trying to like, persuade us into his house kind of shit. And we knew, like, yo, don't go over there. That dude is trying to be creepy. And we all looked out for each other. Now it's like,
oh, before the street lights were on, you know,
Yeah,
like,
like,
we
I
had
swear.
basic rules.
when the lights go on, go back in your house.
Yeah, and you knew, like, okay, if I, you know, like, if something happened and your parents weren't home, you knew, like, okay, these are a trusted neighbor. I can go to them if I need help, or, you know, whatever it was. Like, there was a much bigger sense of community with, you know, like, growing up. And I grew up up from, you know, I was a military brat, so, like, you know, from
You get to see a lot of
Washington State down to New Orleans, you know, to Virginia, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you know. So I lived all over the place. And so it was like that wherever we went, you know. Like, my mom said that when I was 4, you know, when we moved to New Orleans, I was like, all right, I was like the only kid. My sister was born there later on. So it was just me and my mom and my stepdad. So I went knocking and I went to the doors and I said, do you have kids my age? Do you have kids my age? Do you,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
just
I
went
went out
knocking
and
door to
found my
door.
tribe, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you could do that.
Yeah, the 80s were awesome. 90s and 80s were awesome. Like, you can just go to door. And it's like, yeah, you want to hang out? That's it. That's all you had to do. Kick the can. You want to play baseball, hockey in the street? Let's do this.
Yep.
BMX bikes was my shit, by the way, and skateboarding. I love that
hell
shit.
yeah, same. With, like, right when skateboards came out, basically, like in the middle 70s, like, I was fucking 8 years old, you know what I mean? So it was like we fucking raged.
I was there for the inline skates.
I have so many scars on my knees.
Oh, rollerblades too. I did that too.
Yep. So when I was 10, I lived in New York. I lived on Governor's Island. Do you
Ouch.
know Governor's Island?
I know.
So
Right.
I lived there and I went to school there, and that's when it was a military base. It was the coolest, I think, one of the coolest places that I lived growing up. I so much, like, I mean, I could see
So
the
you went-
Statue of Liberty and the city and Ellis Island, and, you know, like, I saw all that from the island. I watched the fireworks over the Lady Liberty, you know, and it was the historicness of the island itself.
Oh yeah, it's
you know?
super old. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, around this time of year, Halloween, on the island when I was a kid, we would be going into an old stockade that was there, And that's where we would be doing the haunted house in a real fucking stockade that was really haunted. It was really haunted. Like,
You're lucky you didn't go to Ellis Island. Where was it? What they had the mental institution?
I've been to Ellis Island. My friend lived on Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty. My friend lived on the island and would take the ferry over to Governor's Island because they were part of like the military. Their family was the groundskeepers that lived on the island itself. So it was really crazy. Like we would hear the cannons go off, and you have to remember during that time period too, 90 to 92, that time period, that's when Desert Storm was happening. My brother
went to do that. He went to war. I was in Georgia. He was in Hinesville when he got deployed. I was like, dude, get out of the army, you bastard.
I thought they were our heroes. We did 10 years old. I'm out there doing like a lemonade stand for the soldiers, like to give them free lemonade and getting their autographs. Because I was completely propagandized into thinking like, these guys were.
I thought America was the shit. I thought America was the shit, because everything I saw on TV was like, America's the shit. Fuck everybody else. We're the shit. So like,
they were keeping us safe by doing,
we got so propagandized so hard. Like we still are, but like now we at least have more awareness of it. But before, when as a kid, G.I. Joe was my shit. Like, oh my God, G.I. Joe, folk Cobra.
And I was like all about like G.I. Joe and Barbie. Like I was like, I want to play both. I want to have acorn fights. Dude, we were hardcore.
we didn't exclude girls from hanging out with us. It wasn't like the little rascals. Like we had girls in our group. Like they loved G.I. Joe, and we loved what they did too. Like they had a little cup, the easy make ovens and shit. We played along with them. Like we didn't give a fuck. We're like, yo, we're just having fun and free food.
We weren't like completely just like separated. Now it feels like everyone's become so much more obsessed with the genders even more. I mean, it was already then, it was already very defined. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you didn't play with Barbies if you were a boy or whatever. Like there was always like that weird, like, thing. But at the same time, oh my gosh, Bird. Seriously.
She's good. We can hear you fine.
Okay. It was like, it was perfectly fine. Like if you wanted to be like the tomboy or whatever, you could just be the tomboy, and like it wasn't tomboys. A thing. I was
sexually attracted to the tomboys. I didn't like the girly girls. I like the girls that were rough and tough like me. Like they used to jump on the bike and just do, get on the ramp and jump the ramp. I like those girls. Those were my kind of girls.
Yeah, and now it seems like it's like
I just noticed I misspelled my
on
name.
Its head and reversed, or it's like it's really, really weird, and people are just so micro obsessed with everything. And I get where they're coming from with things, and they're trying to like evolve, but at the same time, I feel like it's repressing us more and not actually bringing us forward. It's not being more accepting.
I think it's being brought along in the wrong way, because sexuality and homosexuality and drag queens, they've been around forever. Like that's not new. That is not something new.
Yeah, so that is really, really old. Like that kind of thing has been around for, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know when the beginning of it started.
Most of our greatest people in history, they had a little boy next to them, like Aristotle and Shakespeare. They had their little boy, because that was their kind of society. That they had girls too. They had women, but they also had a little boy, and that was part of their thing too. So for us to like try to like say this is a new thing, I want the fact to be, yes, now they need to have their voice heard, but don't make me feel like you're shielded now from being an asshole because you're a drag queen or LGBTQ. If you're a dick, I'm gonna fucking call you a dick. I don't give a fuck what you suck.
Yeah, like if you're an asshole, I'm gonna say you're an asshole. I don't care what you like. What genitalia you want someone to have or who you're attracted. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't matter to me. like who you like, as long as it's, you know, consenting adults and you're not harming children. That's what it boils down
Yeah,
to.
that's where I get to that problem. Like now it's becoming like, look at this shit in kids freaking venues. Drag queens. What's next? Porn? A pole dance at Chuck E. Cheese? What the hell?
Know.
It doesn't make any
it doesn't logically, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make you like what Kitty said there, you know, like it doesn't make you like this woke person. You're that's just not okay.
It makes you a censor person because you want to censor everybody else over you because you think now you have the microphone. Now they think they have the microphone, so now they're going to shut everybody else that hurt them and shut them down. I'm like, dude, I never hurt you, man. I was shouting, like, yeah, give them their rights. They deserve that. This shouldn't even be a freaking question. You should be able to live your life the way you want to live because American dream, hello, follow, you know, your American dream, happiness, hello. That's part of the whole thing, the whole game that's called America. So now, like, I don't want to hear, like, I'm dragged, so you got to shut up and listen to me. No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't give you that just because you you know, you identify in a certain way or you're this or that doesn't give your voice more credit than someone else's. That, yeah, like it's like they just completely shut you down, and it's like, no, what about the children though? What about the children? You know, it's just such a weird thing. This whole, you know, this whole woke, whatever it is.
It's gonna run its course. It's gonna run its course like everything else. Like right now, we're going through, like, everybody's scared. I think it's more fear than anything else because everything is fucked from the top down. Like even from your, like, from every aspect in your life. That's the reason why opiates are so important, because it gives you a mind expanding experience that you don't need to trouble with anybody else. It's your therapy. Like if you need to smoke that joint, that's your therapy. I don't think that cops should be interfering in that therapy unless you're like getting in a car and trying to, you know, ram jam somebody, like, you know, be crazy. That should not be the cops' problem. If I'm like racing somebody down the street, then yeah, stop me. I'm being, you know, reckless. I'm gonna hurt somebody. But if I'm just smoking my weed and listening to some tunes and driving perfectly, why stop me? Yeah, alcohol is different. That's legal, by the way. Alcohol, you can be drunk and you can fuck up a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's legal, and that's legal.
Yeah.
High, you're super cautious. You're super cautious when you're high. To me, like when I'm high, I'm super cautious. Like, oh shit, did I blink? Did I turn on my signal?
I drive
Cool?
better.
I check around. I
drive so much better. Like it you know, like the anxiety of it and everything else. It makes me like, it brings me into a normal space. You know, where I'm not like where I I feel
like,
more normal when I'm
you're
smoking.
focused. Yeah, you actually when you smoke, you're more focused. Like all these thoughts that come into your head, you're like, damn. When you slow the world down and you listen to your head, like all these things that you intake throughout your day, you're like, oh my God, this person said that, and now it hit me. Like now these facts hit me. And like if I wasn't high, I'll be like running off, forget about this person, whatever they said. But when I'm high, I'm like, damn, that motherfucker made sense. George Carlin, everybody, like all these people that came down, like, yo, you can't legalize it. There's nothing wrong with weed.
It's a plant. It's a fucking plant.
Shrooms is the best, dude.
Yes, and they're natural too, and that's the thing. It's like, wait, all these other drugs, like we just had there, you know, big pharma, they just had to pay out for the opioid crisis, and our state is getting like, you know, money for, you know, like every year or whatever part of this settlement from big pharma, and they're going to use it to you know, like to stop. So one of our towns, New London, actually is getting $17,000 as part of their settlement. What the hell is $17,000 going to do, like, for, I mean, like, I can give you a list of people that I have lost, that have died from the opioid crisis, that have, everyone that I know has been affected. everybody, because even if it's not you personally, it's someone else. There's no 6 degrees of separation. It's like turn around and there's somebody that's been affected.
Yeah, you could throw a rock and hit somebody.
Yeah. So they're like, and they're not giving it to like the families, and then like it's like, so they're paying off this thing, right? They're paying settlements out, and we're supposed to trust these guys. And then what's happening right now is we're funding the payoffs for the last fuck up, the last big fuck up that they did, right? Like, so they're like, yeah, we're making all these record profits and we're paying out all these settlements, and, you know, just completely forget about that part of it. And all of those drugs are to be trusted, right? They're trustworthy. And now they're also going after all the herbalists. They're trying to pass stuff in you know, in our government and the House and
Senate.
House and Senate, yes, to go against, like, to regulate all of the herbs,
All the opiates, like they want
that.
to, yeah, they should though, because
But the
first
plants,
of all,
they want to go after plants. It's like, why are you going so hard against plants and you're pushing
well,
other
let me put it this way. Pharmaceuticals went to natural stuff, and then they made chemicals out of the natural stuff to sell, instead of just giving the people the actual natural herb.
Yeah,
that's
they
like
offered
zero.
the
They offer you, okay, you might lose constipation, but you're gonna get erectile dysfunction. How about that? Is that good?
We'll trade you.
And then
You
we'll
know?
treat your symptoms and all the causes of these symptoms from the original thing. So what was it, like last January? I was on, you know, pharma meds. I thought that, you know,
Some of them are good though. Some of them are good. You gotta weigh the good with the bad kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and I was on them, and I was, you know, and I thought that I needed them, and I was on antidepressants and, you know, stuff like that, stuff for anxiety. I was on all these medications, and I took myself off of them.
I did the
And
same thing, by the way.
It was so horrendous. It was one of the worst withdrawals that I've ever been through. It made me feel like I was absolutely crazy and like, oh my gosh,
I was
can
a
see
zombie.
why
I was a
people
zombie when I
stay
was on
this
Xanax
stuff.
and I was on Zoloft. I was a zombie.
Oh, I
Like,
took Zoloft before. Yep.
oh my god, you feel like a zombie. Like you don't have no emotions at all. You're like, duh. Like somebody hit the numb button on your body, and that's how you feel the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's like, I gotta get off. I gotta get off of this shit. And I just started smoking weed regularly, and I did a lot of trips of acid, which also helped, because acid is the best. Oh my god, like
It is
controlled.
that's an amazing thing. I mean, I love you know,
Send them to our bicycle day episode.
oh my god, yeah, we did a whole episode where we took doses and we did a stream.
Oh, that's the best.
Great. Oh my god, it was so much fun.
You're so real. You're so real. Like you don't have nothing in front of you. It's just you.
Yeah.
That's what comes out. And love it or like it. But I love it. I love when people come out like that. Like, oh my God. Be tripping a little more often, please. I don't like the normal. Don't be normal anymore.
Such a fun stream. And Farron from Farron Balance, she called in and did like a call-in thing on my phone, and like we're tripping balls. It was hilarious.
I was dressed as a unicorn.
And Steve was in a unicorn costume. So
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
it was great.
It's enhancing the whole trip. I love it.
Yeah, like that's just, you know what, we're very real and raw people. Like what you see is what you get kind of thing, you know. And you know, we'll give you our absolute honest opinion about things. We don't have, you know, we don't have things to, like, you know, we're not hiding behind any kind of facade or you know.
Oh, you
any
got a
of
loyal
that.
fan now, dude. You got a loyal fan. Because I like to take a break from the politics, man. And Thursdays is gonna be my thing. I usually do call in with Sabby, but I get drunk or I get high and I start talking shit on interrupt the whole narratives. I love what's his name, Roger Meadows. Oh my god, he's so freaking smart. Every time I was like, dude, can I just break it down a little bit? Like, you're getting too serious, bro. Can I just make a joke for a sec? But he's so good with the facts. Like, I'm like, okay, I need my tribe, like people that could just talk normal.
Yeah, you definitely have a tribe here. This is it, and it's really great because people like yeah, Peaches is being a jackass tonight.
No, he's exerting his dominance right now. He's like, hey, attention to me now, okay?
He is. He oh my gosh, he goes through these phases and he is just right now. Usually he's gotten pretty good about stuff, but my God, he's driving me crazy right now.
He wants to be on the show. He's like, I got something to say. Where
yeah.
am I
Yeah, but he gets like cockatoos can get very cocky and get hormonal. Give him some of that.
Oh
apple.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Give him that. Give him some of
Anybody else online right now? Anybody else want to jump in? I think I took up a lot of time with my friend Lucky, and I just wanted to show my face to the world because, hey, I'm a Gen X. Love it or leave it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, how many shows do you get to just be like, yeah, come on and let's just talk about whatever.
Yeah, man, we need this shit.
That's
Venting.
how, and we give everybody a wrench here because we want everybody to be able to drop links to be able to, when you have a wrench, you can click on somebody's name and it gives you a lot of freedom. Like we're giving you a lot of trust in that.
I'm first time rent also, by the way. I was like, whoa, I'm a rent. Everywhere else, I'm like, oh, I gotta wait. Nobody wants to
it sucks because you can't put a link in there. If you're like, oh yeah, I want you to see this clip, and like we're very oriented and I don't want them to censor anybody's speech. We're trusting that people are going to be able to say what they want to say. They can talk it out.
For real. And you find your niche, by the way. You find your niche. I was looking for this kind of niche. It's very needed. I think you're doing a great service to this world right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're here. I know we've known each other for like ever in chat.
Forever. Like, what's up, Lucky? How you doing, Lucky?
I know you're always like
Emily also. Emily's another one that I always talk to like online, but I never seen her.
Who is it?
Emily trans vlog, whatever. What was that?
Oh yeah,
Emily to John.
Emily. Yeah. John. Emily comes in here too. Emily wants to come on the show too and hang out with us.
Oh,
too.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
About,
and Jilly loves to jump in here too. I want to see Jilly.
Yeah, Jilly. I know. Jilly, you should jump on.
Jilly's everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's Jilly.
Jilly is, yeah. Oh my gosh, we were having a hard time earlier. We both mod and convo. And man, the trolls have been bad in there.
They're super harsh. I was there. I think I was there with you. I was like, oh my God, we got the trolls again.
It's a group of people. We know exactly who it is.
And they changed their names, man. It's the same person. Yeah. They just changed their name.
Yep. And they have hate and I'm not there for that. Like I'm not there. And
I used to fight them. Now I ignore them. Like, oh, whatever, dude.
Yeah. I just whatever,
Get that paycheck, whatever who's paying. You know that guy, if you ever seen this guy on Twitter, Brooklyn Dad.
Oh yeah, he's paid.
He's paid, yo.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but he was because I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. I was like, oh, Brooklyn Dad, cool. Let me talk to you. Like, and then I saw what he was posting. I was like, you must be paid. Like I told him, like, you must be paid.
They were all at the White House recently.
Yeah, he showed the money. Like he took a picture with the money in his hand.
He
like,
doesn't hide it.
Really? Like, okay, can I get that gig so I can like take the money and then bash the DNC anyway?
I know, right? Oh,
like just take the money and just start bashing them and say nice things afterwards. But like them, okay? Just like them. I hate them though, but you like them. You like them. You should like them. Just give me that money. I need another synth, man.
Yeah, and they were all at the White House recently.
Yeah.
And like there's another one, JoJo or something like that. And the lady that like her profile picture is an altered image of herself. Like it's all photoshopped and shit. It's like,
I seen that one too.
Yep, there's a whole group of them.
Twitter is crazy, man. But you know what I like about Twitter? I could bitch at anybody as long as I don't curse and I don't, put anything that Twitter's gonna. I was already in Twitter jail a couple of times.
Me too.
Yeah. George Takei or whatever fucking put me in jail.
Yeah, he got
Mr. Sulu's a
deep.
douchebag, man. Oh my god.
For real, like huge douchebag.
Huge douchebag. Him and Rob Reiner and
Rob
David
Reiner,
Crosby.
another one. Like, oh my god.
David Crosby from Crosby, Stills and Nash. Just like super fucking libtard idiot. Just I can't take any of them.
They're totally disconnected from reality.
Yeah, dude. I'm just
They
like
were-
I'm so torn because like there's so many people in music that I admire, and they've all turned from like being subversive kids into just, idiots who fucking are just totally on board with establishment talking points and mandates and vaccines and every other fucking thing. It's like, what the fuck are you guys
What do you
doing,
spin
man?
so construct? By the way, I misspelled my name is K-O-N, not K-N-O-N. I misspelled it.
Nice.
I'm a little high, guys, by the way.
That's great. I love it.
So I blurbed the name when I said, "Go put your own name." I was like, "Oh, blah 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 blah." Blah, blah, tap, 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 tap. Oh, I do techno, by the way, but I love every genre except country.
Right on.
I love everything. I mean, I grew up with Roger Waters and Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Ram Jam, Skinny Puppy, or KMFDM, like Industrial, Depeche Mode, everything. Like I heard everything. That's what makes me, like just hate on people that just want to do the cookie cut music. They hit program. Okay, this is Ableton. Here's your beat. All right, this is what you got to do. And no, motherfucker, get in there, make your own tune like everybody else did.
Yep.
So do you do live streams and everything?
I have done live streams, but not unintentionally because my wife, she seems to be my best fan hates me at the same time. But she loves when I go live because usually I'm either too high to care, and she puts me on live. But I've been doing I have my Soul Construct page on YouTube, and I threw my whatever comes out of my head in there. Like I have like a few live sessions, 30 minutes to an hour in there on Soul Construct YouTube playlist.
Well,
so yeah,
you're definitely gonna have to come on.
You should play that time that's in the deck right there.
The what?
Play what?
Time, the song Time.
What?
It's
What?
a short song. It's in the music.
What?
Roll down. I'm telling Lucky.
What deck are you talking about, Steve? He wants me to play something for you. I don't know.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm doing anti-war acid called Revolutionary Blackout. Shit, I'm surprised. Good mouse it. Yeah, it's very raw. So if you're playing my stuff, it's very raw.
Kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown.
What are you listening to, guys?
This is music that Steve did.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't?
Time is lying in the sunshine, staying on the watch the rain. And you are young and life is long. There is time to kill the day. And then
Yeah, that's another thing I learned about live podcasting and try to live play. If your audio interface is not plugged into a mixer, you're not going to be able to hear what you're doing on your computer.
Oh my gosh. The bird is like absolutely insane today.
Give him an edible.
I know, right? If I had something.
Kill him the fuck out. The only edibles that kick in for me is the ones from Colorado and California. Anything that I get here, it's so shitty, so weak. I'm in Florida, by the way, and it's very shitty, man. All I want to do is go to sleep when I take an edible from here. But when I get one from California, oh my god, I'm off the walls. Like I'm tripping balls.
Depends on sources.
Yeah, depends on
Yeah, over here is it's not like good stuff. unless you know a hippie, and he gives you he gives you the real shit.
Yes.
Like every time when I came down to Florida, I was like, where can I get some ecstasy? So then everyone was like, you want Molly? I was like, no, ecstasy, MDMA. It's like, no, you gotta try Molly. I was like, no, I want ecstasy. It's not the same thing, man.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
That's funny. Because you know that like MDMA and MDA are two different things. One is a methylamphetamine and the other is not, and they make pressies out of both chemicals, put together. So it's like,
yeah, that's what Molly became.
Asking for one
like
thing.
Crack. It's like crack of MDMA, basically. Because when I took Molly, it's these little rocks, right? These little brown rocks.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and they
can be green or purple, or they dye in different colors.
They fuck up your teeth, man.
Well, they absolutely can.
Like the only thing I worried about taking MDMA was like, my jaw like could not stop chewing. But then like I learned how to fix that, how to relax the jaw.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like the MDMA that was going around for a long time was just like incredibly fucking strong. And like everybody was like, damn, that's the shit I want every time, But for another time earlier than that, there was just pressies. Like everybody took pressies and they were fucking insane. And you never know what the fuck was in them. We used to get ones that were fucking loaded with heroin, have you nod it out and then wake up and be fucking dancing. Like, what the fuck is going on?
That's so true. I've been there. Trust me. Yeah. I got handed a couple of those.
Crazy times.
Well, you know what's good? It's good that I was tripping when I was young, so I already knew what to expect when I had a bad trip.
Yeah.
So it's all mental usually. Like okay, I'm fucking up right now. I'm tripping balls. Like, let me calm my shit down.
Yeah.
Some people don't have that little click in their head, that little button that goes, "Yo, you got some lace shit." And you better calm the fuck down. You
always
go take a shower.
Know your source. That is like the thing I drill into everybody's head is you always need to know your source. You need to trust your source. You need, test your shit. Know what you're getting.
Having been on Grateful Dead tour all through the late 80s and 90s, I knew a lot of fucking heads, and so I like sources are still, people are still doing things all over the fucking place, man. I don't see anything slowing down anytime soon, and that's pretty fucking cool. I'm glad to see that younger generations carrying that on.
And they fuck up the whole culture because now like we have these people fucking DOA-ing on basic shit.
Oh yeah.
Fucking up the whole scene, and like, no, now we gotta blame that because this stupid asshole took it and he OD'd or he had to be taken away in an ambulance.
You have to thank Pfizer for that, bro.
And think about even that spice stuff, right? Do you know who invented that? Do you know who came up with the spice?
All the artificial.
That came from Big Pharma, that came from Pfizer. I covered it on my show and they took it down and gave me a strike. I couldn't,
No, you can't tell the truth anymore. That sucks balls, man.
No, you can't do that.
Tell the truth, get a strike.
Oh yeah.
I'm like when they put me in Facebook jail or Twitter jail. I'm like, oh shit, a vacation.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know. It's like, I get a mental health break.
Like, oh, thank God, thank you for weaning me off the drugs. Thank you for weaning me off this bullshit. Thank you so much. Like, you're not doing me a disservice. You're giving me help. You putting me in rehab. Like, I'm being addicted to this bullshit. Thank you. Like, the vein. I gotta tap that vein. And I'm like, thank you, Twitter, thank you so much. I got a break.
Right.
That is true though, and sometimes we need to remind ourselves that we need those breaks from from Twitter, from that kind of thing. I don't really use my Facebook anymore. It's still there, it exists, but I don't really use it anymore. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, but I've taken a step back from it like in the last couple of weeks, like just kind of like, all right, I need to like take care of me a little bit, and like I got overwhelmed, and so it's like we have to remind ourselves that we need to take those breaks, that some people are addicted to that like they can't control themselves. They are the playground bullies, and that's what they're there to do. And you know, or they're paid to do the propaganda. And we need to remind ourselves that, and like be gentle with ourselves and say, okay, maybe I need to take a break from this. Maybe I need to like
So for
I'm
anybody,
gonna skip over that tweet instead of responding. I don't have to respond to everything.
They deserve my silence, basically. I don't need to mess with this. That's what I learned. I was like, when I took my break, I was like, oh shit, you know what? I'm so much happier right now. Like I love me right now. Like I felt so good about myself. Like I was like so impressed. I was like, oh my God, I haven't been on Twitter for like a month, guys. Isn't that awesome? Like people are like, oh, you're not on Twitter. What you doing with yourself? I'm like, I've been living
Like
my
real
fucking life.
pigs. There's a whole other world out here.
Yeah. My dog loves me more because usually like my dog is like, play with me. I'm like, no, I'm on Twitter. Leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, you should do comedy. You're hilarious. You could do stand up. Like it would be you would absolutely
I just gotta get high first. I gotta get high first.
Oh my gosh, you should totally write up a whole like thing on that.
Incorporate the fucking surround yourself with synthesizers on stage and fucking.
Oh my God, I know you could do the music and do like the jokes
Just
together.
break it down in the middle. It's like, guys, have you heard Twitter jail?
It's like halfway through your comedy set, it turns into a rave. All the lights get fucking crazy.
I know, right?
You guys are my friends now. That's it. I'm going over to your house.
We're all the way up in Connecticut. It's so cold up here.
Oh, I hate cold.
It's getting there. It's getting to the cold. For him, it would be so cold. It would be freezing for you right now because it's like fall time.
I'm from New York and I can't stand the cold anymore. Like I see 60 degrees. I'm like, oh my God, jacket. Where's my sweater? I'm gonna get a cold. For real, that's no lie. That's truth. Like as soon as the cold weather comes in, it's like, babe, let's not hang out outside in front of the bonfire because that's fake heat, man. As soon as you get that chill in your neck, you gotta be going inside and get your scarf because you're gonna get a cold.
Oh my God,
that's pretty cool. Who just said that?
What?
Just call me
Wes was like, I went to Napa, spent a few days in Napa getting wine.
Oh,
drunk
look at you, Napa. Oh, hello, rich guy.
Dude, I'm down with that trip. Cause like they grow just as much fucking dank weed as they do fucking dank wine.
Best.
Oh,
best. Have you seen these freaking orchards, man?
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. There's fucking mass that like right in that same general vicinity. People just grow like these giant 10-pound yielding fucking plants with like chain like fences around them and shit. Like it's insane. I'm like, God, could I just have
It's like
that
Pineapple
please?
Express? Pineapple Express. They just walked into the freaking huge freaking pot field.
Very similar.
Like, yes, please. Yeah, and you can drink your weed. Absolutely. I have had like.
Have you had
tea.
seed soup? Seed soup is good.
I've had ganja like everything. I remember like a few years ago, one of my good friends decided, oh, like for my birthday, I'm just like, let's do a festival. Let's do a festival in my yard. So like we're gonna like let's do like a rainbow, you know, patchwork family festival. So we did a festival for his birthday.
That's badass, dude.
We had I mean that's when I ate meat and we had ganja meat cooking over the fire and I had ganja tea and like we ate. I mean I didn't have to smoke any weed. Like I was just like I was high for the whole weekend. Like I just never wasn't high.
Oh, that is the best weekend then, man.
It was so fun. And we did a festival like a few times. Like we did it for a few years and it became like a pretty big thing. And it was always free and everybody ate. That was the thing. Like it was like everybody just like bring food, whatever, you know, and everybody just we have a big open kitchen and rainbow tribe, style, and everybody eats. And oh my gosh, do we eat some dang food? Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh my God, jerk chicken, Jamaican food when you're fucked up is the best. I used to be a vegetarian, but now I'm doing keto because it's better for my metabolism, because I can't lose weight on being a vegetarian. So I turned into keto, but now like all I want is meat. Like I don't even want sugar. I left all the sugar out of my but I will eat anything when I'm high. I don't care. Like I have no problem eating anything when I'm high.
I could switch from being vegan just to fucking keto.
You could do that, Steve. You could give up on your bread.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, give up on bread. That's poison.
It's hard.
Look, I'm from the islands, so giving up rice. If I could give up rice, you can give up bread.
Yeah, see, I could give up rice before I could give up bread.
He loves bagels.
Oh, that is like, so
like
bad.
the Asiago ones.
know,
Like
oh
that's his thing.
It's
like,
the best.
Oh man. And I used to love bread shops. When they freshly bake the bread. Oh, that smell. That is the best smell on earth.
Dude, making your own sourdough, natural. And then
that smell is so good.
That shit is the fucking dankest stuff. It's comfort. It reminds me of childhood. My mom.
Yeah, that's right there. You hit it on the head. It reminds you of like home, like being a kid.
Because food is love. That's the thing. And
you're 100% correct.
People have a crazy relationship with food. It's mana, man. It's
like Anthony Bourdain could have gone anywhere in the world and made a friend just because of food.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a universal.
That's the potential. Everybody has that.
We all got to eat, man.
Yeah. It's sad that he's gone. It's really sad. I mean, like to see somebody that was, just so cultured and just
I miss him still to this
gifted
day. I love
and
him.
Experienced and
Beautiful human being.
For him to, he just ended his life.
Like I told my wife, I was like, maybe he was going through something he couldn't handle, Maybe he would just.
I think he saw what the world has done,
Yeah, I think that's what
saw what the world's done, and I mean, like same thing with
Chester from Linkin Park. Also, he had everything. Awesome guy, perfect
Robin
voice.
Williams.
Robin Williams, another one. Yeah.
I mean, like we're friends with Rick Overton, and like that was like this. They were really super close, and like he had it all, but at the same time didn't, because of the condition that the world is in.
Because when you're that kind and you're that open with yourself, and the people that are around you matters, because they could destroy your mental health. Yeah. Like you could be the nicest person in the world and you want to be nice, but you have these like leeches around you that will destroy your mental health to the point that you're like, these are the people that I think they love me, and you're fooled to think that those people that love you. So you think there's something wrong with you, and then you don't know how to escape that. You think it's your problem, so you don't know where to go. So some people turn into like
you internalize that and making it like this whole other issue, and it doesn't. And I've been there. I have been there, and it's a hard place to be. Like I have my daughter's name on my wrist right here. Her name is Skyla, and then right below it, I have. Oh my gosh, it's so weird doing this backwards. I have the semicolon. And I have that semicolon there. It's a symbol of when something could have ended, but it didn't.
Yeah, I'm a survivor too, so I feel you, man.
She kept me. She's been my literally she saves me from just wanting to check out. It's a really hard thing to grasp and to understand and to go through. You know
what I have friends tell me? Like, oh, you're what a cop out. You're gonna kill yourself. You're so selfish. I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck is wrong with me. Why are you gonna tell me the cop out? Like I'm trying to like, you know, be selfish towards you. Nobody's listening to me. I feel alone in this freaking planet, and I want to go. That's what I said. And go, oh, you're being so selfish right now. It's like, what?
Everybody turns it around to be about them.
Yeah.
It becomes about them. Like, what am I gonna do without you right now? Like, fuck. What did you do before me?
Yeah. It's a really hard thing to deal with, and it's really hard to have honest conversation about it because people don't know what to do with it. It's very uncomfortable for them. They want to do something. They want to change it. They want to they don't know what to do, so they feel stuck in it instead of just saying, I'm going to hold this space with you and tell me what's going on.
100%.
They don't understand that, like I had two friends die on the same day, and it was absolutely devastating, like destroyed my fucking world. And I had people come over and just sit with me, not talk to me, not try to push me to talk about things, not try to just fucking came and just sat. And that was it. Didn't, like we didn't have to have some kind of conversation about what had happened or anything like that. It was just, sometimes you just need somebody to hold that space with you and not try to push that space, not try to push the energy or fix it or adjust it or do anything. Just know that I'm going through a thing, and I just need to know that I have support, and that's all I need right now.
And that's the best thing to do. I think that's the best therapy, actually, because when somebody tries to fix you, they don't even know what's going on with you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And it's like so much like, how would you even begin to explain all of the things when you don't even know yourself? You're like, I don't even know how to put this into words, what I'm feeling right now. How can I explain this to you? Like if you can't even put your own, you know what I mean? Because if you can articulate what's going on with you, then you're probably going to find a way out of it.
Right. I don't have a door. I'm just looking for that door. And I don't think you have that door for me. I just need you to be here inside this room with me so we can walk out together and you can, we can breathe again.
Yes. Just like, that's it. I just need to know that, I think that's why animals are so healing for us too. You know what I mean? Because like,
yeah.
Like Leo, my dog, he's my service dog. And, just having him with me, just, it makes a world of difference. Absolutely.
And they can feel your energy. They can feel your energy. And my girl right now, she's pacing over there. Like she's over there back and forth. Like, dude, you've been on this fucking microphone for like forever. You haven't hanged out with me for like 30 minutes already. Come on. She's pacing. She's like one of those like quiet, angry dogs. Like she's like, I'm looking at you, bitch.
I'm watching you.
She keeps walking in and out. It's like, you still on the freaking thing again? Yeah, she requires 100% of my time usually.
That's cute.
That is cute.
So I love anybody that has love for animals, because that shows your humanity right there. If you want to know somebody, know them for what kind of animals they have around them.
Yeah.
Because animals know your energy.
They do. I deal with the
cranky cockatoo.
And we know animal energy too. Like I generally,
that's
I'll
true
remember a dog more than the person who owned the dog.
Oh yeah,
I'll remember
every
dogs'
time.
names like before. And like most dogs, I like them usually more than a lot.
Yeah,
of
and it's
people.
not because I don't like people, because I love people too. But
sometimes I like the dogs more than the people. There's
something more real and more palpable that you can feel between a dog. Like,
well, they're not gonna lie to you. They're not fucking. If they don't like you, then they don't fucking like you.
Exactly, and they'll let you know right away.
They're not fake. They're not gonna be like, yeah, I'll pretend to like you. Or I'm gonna use.
Fuck about your feelings. They're like, I don't like you, bro.
They're honest. They're fucking honest. That's the thing.
Yeah, my friend came over one time and we were having a party. Like my dog was cool with everybody. And as soon as he went to pet, the guy was nice. Like I thought he was a nice guy, but my dog was like, "Arr, arr." I was like, oh my God, that's the first time I see my dog growl at a dude, especially you that comes over all the time. But every time he came over, Bella was like, "Arr." I was like, something's wrong with this motherfucker. Like I believed the dog. I was like, yo, there must be something wrong with this guy.
Yep.
Exactly. Or I mean, and it could be something as simple as your dog doesn't like the way that he smells for a certain reason or whatever, but your dog's being honest. Your dog is being 100% honest about how they're feeling, you know?
100%. That's fact.
And most people will do the same thing, but they'll tell you how they really feel, and then they'll just like try to obfuscate from that point.
LOL. LOL. Okay, LOL. You suck, but LOL.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like you are a miserable fucking piece of shit cocksucker. No offense, no offense. I didn't mean no offense.
Throw that no offense. Throw that no offense in there. It clarifies everything. Like
fucking Dom Irera. The Dom Irera effect, he's just like, oh, you're a fucking miserable fucking puke. But no offense. I mean that with the most respect.
No offense. Oh my God, you guys, I missed you. I don't even know you, but I missed you.
I know, isn't it? It's great. I love when people like come on or they come in and they're and they just kind of like walk into this and they're like, okay, what's going on here? And
I walked into this whole gender women that would like hair on the armpits. I'm like, okay, I'm groovy with this. What's going on here?
I know.
I'm down. Let's talk about this.
You're like, I'm here for this. I'm here. Okay, yeah.
I'm in, man. I'm all the way in.
Yeah, this is home. That's what a lot of us, John Kemper, our guy right here. We did a birthday party for Gamer when it was his birthday, and we raised money for him to get ganja because he hadn't had it in forever. So we reached our goal. We got and we sent him a freaking money order all the way out to California. So because he didn't have a way to electronically send it, so we
That's called being a friend, man. That's called being a friend.
But he never came on the stream.
But Gamer has ganja for life, and he's usually dry. I'm like, dude, I'm smoking a bowl. You want to smoke? And me and Bad Cookie's like, yo, let's spark up. And Gamer's like, I'm dry. I don't have any weed right now. I'm like, dude, your name is Gamer and ganja.
Recently, we made sure he got some. Like, we had a goal of raising $100 for him, and we raised $140, and we sent it out there to him, and so he did end up getting some bud, but he never came on our stream. So we gotta get him to come on our stream.
Gamer is shy. I think Gamer is shy.
He's adorable. We love him. We call him our service, he's like our service animal of all the streams.
Service human, our service human.
Yes, he is just a kind, genuine person, and he's what you get is what you get. You know what I mean? He's not here to fool anybody. Sweetheart.
But Gamer texts me because when I get irate online, he was like, Tony, I feel that, but you got to calm down. I'm like, okay, I will. Bad Cookies and I are most like on the same wavelength, but Bad Cookies, he says it. He just says whatever he wants to say, and I love him for that. Bad Cookies is another person that is so dope.
I love the honesty. Even if I don't agree with somebody, if they're being honest and they really feel that way, okay.
And they're both smart.
We might not agree on it, but
they're both really smart dudes too. When they say stuff, I reflect as, yeah, you're right on that. They're funny, they have their thing, but they're smart and they're right usually.
Yeah, Gamer just said, weed is a gateway to the fridge.
Always. I try to hide the fridge though. I'm more when I get high, I just think juices, non-sugar juices. I just drink stuff because I can't do any munchies anymore.
I know. Yeah, it's it's you get older and it's damn. Why think about what our parents raised us on, right?
Oh my God,
I drank Kool-Aid as a kid, Kraft sliced processed fucking
Hamburger Helper.
Yes.
Mac and
Ew!
cheese. Mac and cheese was my college food, and ramen noodles, yo.
Like so much glyphosate, sodium. Like, I mean, what the hell?
MSG up the ass. I don't know how we survive without a colonoscopy. Because, because all we ate was shit that was blocking our arteries. And I don't know how we survived that.
I know.
Dancing. I think it was because I was dancing a lot, raving and dancing, tripping balls for 5 days straight. That ran, the MSG out of my system for a bit.
I know. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, like, did you know that, like, so cans of soda, like Steve was telling me this the other day, that somebody took a can of soda and like Coca-Cola itself would
you can
throw it in a
aluminum
battery.
and
It actually has plastic inside. It has a plastic coating on the inside of the aluminum can, because the
acid
Coca-Cola would eat through the can.
Yes, you can. When your battery is
That
all
is
rusty.
not okay. Yes.
No, but you can just throw some soda on that shit. Cleans that shit right. What does
It will
it do to
eat
your
up
gut,
battery
man?
acid. It will clean your toilet.
It
You
will
can put a can of Coke in a toilet.
You can put your rusty tools in a bucket and throw some soda in it. Comes out shiny clean.
Yeah. What are people doing? And you know what I see? It's crazy. I'll see people with like a mask on in the grocery store, and then they have a cart full of like soda and junk food. I'm like, you don't care about your health. You don't.
Yourself.
You really don't. Like, you're really fooling yourself right now into thinking that this is about your health when you're ingesting this.
That's
And,
100%
like,
mouse edit. Growing your own food is mostly revolutionary act. Yes, 100%, dude. I'm trying to grow some tomatoes outside, but they keep dying.
oh no.
I don't know what it is. I'm trying everything. I did basil and I did like cilantro. The tomatoes keep dying.
The deer came up and ate the rest of our tomato plant at the end of the
but
season.
that's just the circle of life. They're supposed to eat that.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like, I guess this year the acorns are really like low on our trees. Like, there's someone that counts the acorns. Like, there's like
That guy's pretty job.
The deer, like, a lot of time they eat the acorns. Like, now they're dropping and everything like that. And there was one up here the other day, and it was just like it was a young one. It was this year deer, and it was by itself, and it's up here just eating the acorns. Like, I mean, like, 20 feet from me, and I'm just like, wow, like they're that not only hungry, but they're that adapted to humans.
My friend lives in New Jersey, and deers in flock come to his yard.
Oh yeah,
he throws bread at them. They're not scared of people.
No,
they just walk in and they bring their friends. They bring all their deer friends, their family. Like, hey, this cousin, whatever, and this is my son Joy. Can I get some bread? And they just chill right there with him. I'm like, you lucky motherfucker. Like, I love deers. Like, I love nature, basically. I love any kind of animal. Right now, there's a cat walking around. And my dog is, like, chasing it already. No, my dog hates cats.
Oh, no.
But oh, yeah. No, but he has deers walking up right into his, like, backyard. It's awesome to me.
Yeah, we get them right in our neighborhood too. And I go down to like, I haven't this season because they've been working on the bridge in the area that I used to go to park at. But there's a river that's like right by our house, and I would go down there and I would clean the river, and I get sea glass. Basically, it's like sea glass, but it's river glass out of the river. It's actually from when like old milk bottle pieces, like it's antique glass that, because I used to dump everything into the rivers. So I go out there and I clean up the river and stuff like that. And the deer would just be right there, and they would just like jump across the sandbar, like, while I'm like right there, and scare the shit out of me. It's amazing. Like, we'll be in like, we're in like the woods, like closer to our house, and there'll just be like deer there. And we see them all the time, but I just I love it so much. I love nature.
They're adorable. Oh my God, they're so cute. Especially the fawns when they're just getting the little dots. You see the little dots, and you
Oh
see
my
the little, oh my
gosh,
god,
yes.
so adorable. Oh, the only thing I have here is possums and owls, and what else?
Owls! I love owls.
Oh, that's my favorite. I love owls.
Me
There's an
too.
owl that comes every season over here, and blue jays, cardinals, woodpeckers, like all these, and they come to my yard. I guess they know the vibe. Like nobody's gonna fuck with me in this little spot, so they always
That's
come.
awesome.
They chill. They chill right there, and they don't even care. And the little curly tail lizards that live in Florida, I feed them. They
Yeah.
come to my door. They come to my door. You know what I do? I crush my dog's food, like the hard food, and I crush
Yeah.
into little tiny malleable parts. They fucking love it. They come back every day. Every day. I have videos on Instagram, just them just walking into the kitchen, like, yo, where's my crushed fucking dog food?
No way.
For real,
You
no lie.
gotta show us video of them.
I'm Tony
Oh my
Humanic Tony Humanic on Instagram. You'll see them, the blue jays, the owl, and the curly tailed lizards that live in Florida. They come
That's
to
so
my yard.
great.
I love it. I love it so much. Like,
That
where's
is
my dog
so
food, yo?
great. Oh my god.
I just tested it because when you find roaches around the house, so I used to kill little roaches and throw them at them because that's natural. They eat that roach. I didn't know they would love dog food. Like I crushed it and they will love it. Now I have a family of curly tail lizards living in my backyard.
That is so great. When I was little and I moved to New Orleans, because it's New Orleans. It's not New Orleans. It's New Orleans. Yeah, in New Orleans. Like, So when I was little, I used to try to catch the little lizards in the showers. So I ended up with a lot of lizard tails.
There's different types of lizards. Like I didn't even know. Like I just thought it was geckos. No, when you come to Florida, there's so many different types.
Oh,
And
that's so
they
cool.
eat each other. Like the curly tail lizards will eat the small little straight lizard babies. They will eat those. They go and hunt those. Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
hierarchy.
God.
There's a hierarchy in the lizard world, man. I found out here. I was like, oh my god, you're killing that guy. Oh shit! I just fed you. Stop killing him. I was like, oh, that's your nature. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
That's
Circle
your
of
nature.
life.
Yeah, it's like, oh man. But to us, we're like,
The
oh.
green ones would chase the brown ones. It's crazy.
That is so freaking great. Oh my god.
And I don't know if I was really high that time, but I was like, damn, this is like Wild Kingdom in my backyard.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I know. I joked it like I feel like I'm Snow White some days. Like, like I got all the animals,
No, but deer is like a whole new game because those are dangerous. They could kick your ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They can definitely get you. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun.
Dude, kick me off already. Come on. Kick me off.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap up, but we definitely gotta do more streams together. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you guys, man. I found my home.
Good
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, Peaches.
All right. How do I just log off or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
if you just click the X on the StreamYard thing, it will
Peace and love, my fams.
Peace
Talk to you
out.
later.
We'll see you
Nice chatting with you.
That was awesome. Oh my god, the bird is cranky.
Yes.
The bird is fucking cranky.
It's time for the burb to go to bed.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Okay, Peaches. Thank you.
Peaches. Seriously. You can't act all hormonal and dominant to me and weird and then expect to stay freaking weirdo.
Reprimanding the burb.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
All
thanks
right.
everybody for listening and watching and hanging out. We love you.
Yes. It was a fun stream. If you guys didn't see it from the beginning, then you guys should rewind and watch from the beginning. Lady Alex was on earlier. We covered some crazy shit.
Will Blunderfield.
Jenna Colby, that was Soul Construct that you would probably know from the different chats and the different streams and everything like that. That was so much fun. I'm behind in the chat. and I'm trying to just catch up, make sure that I see everything. Well, I hope to see you guys all soon. I hope that everyone will come back and join us on Saturday night when we do the open mic. If you didn't see last Saturday's, you should check it out. It was amazing. That was on Steve's channel though. So Steve Cutler Live on YouTube. And all right. I guess I'm gonna, like wrap it up with this freaking crazy bird squawking in the background. Oh my gosh.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
And thank you, Little, for sending Saul over. We've known Saul for a little while too. When that was absolutely fantastic that you sent him over. All right. I'm gonna say good night now.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody. We love you. And remember to smile, because remember, smiles are free, but they're worth a lot.